Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to more IMR action. And I'm your caster Joan, and joined by me today. Okay, want to introduce who you are now?
Hi, it is Nyashi, and I'm officially commentating a finals match after 5 IMRs.
No, you commentated the finals for Chapter 1.
Did I? I don't even remember.
You
I'm
did.
real with you. I don't remember.
You did.
But yep, we are here at the finals of IMR 5. A pretty nice ring to it. I'd like to say 5 is a pretty good number. But if you guys are unaware, for this finals, we are going to be seeing Team Hetien against Team ATG.
Oh, can you talk for a bit? I realized I forgot to announce it in the server, so let me just announce it first.
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, for some reason, because my stream is a bit wonky today, that it took me like 5 tries to make it right. So yeah, can you talk for a bit while I announce it? Oh yeah, Jeff, I can talk for a bit, thank you.
Yep, but anyways, this matchup's pretty interesting. I mean, you know, we did see the Vacuity versus ATG match prior to this, and we saw just how dominant ATG was, despite Vacuity actually doing okay against Team Hetien. And we saw, I think, a very big highlight of that match was definitely the Hell Ember from Kai. We already know that he's a Hell Ember main, but really that was just a good showcase of a match here. And, you know, ATG, I believe this is going to be their second time meeting. Yeah, I think this is second time meeting Hetien. They met way earlier, I think on first day, was it, on the winner's side.
Yeah.
And so ATG has a chance at revenge. Here we go. We're going to go to the bracket. As you can see, ATG did go against Team Hetien early on and was put down to the lower bracket, which they've crawled their way back in here in the grand finals.
Yep, they first defeated Lumen Somnia, then Aster Somnia, then Team Vacuity, and made it back to the finals. So they're definitely like showing everyone that we're not to be underestimated. As we're going to be seeing here, we only have one match today, Team Hetien versus ATG. But to remind you, this is a BO5, so we are going to be in a potentially longer run today.
Yep, and I think it's going to be much more interesting because we're probably going to be seeing much more characters from both sides here. But now let's look at Team Hetien. We do have already pretty good knowledge of this team. We have Yuki, Panda, Night Owl, PP, and of course their Hunter, Hetien. I mean, it's in the name. So yeah, I mean, this is a pretty strong team. Some of them are from UTP, right, in IVC of this year. So yeah, this is a pretty strong contender. If you're able to make them bleed, that's already good enough.
Yep, and ATG coming in with Just Stickman, YT, NDCR, Kaidi, Top Global, Azel, and Yuzhang. And this is actually very interesting if we look at it, because per what I recall is that this is actually like, first of all, ATG was the team that won the last chapter, and on the other hand, Team Hetien, Night Owl, Yuki, and Panda, they were from Asian Minions, the team that won chapter 3. So this is actually a clash between like two teams that both won this previous tournament, so it'll be very exciting to watch.
Yep, and we're definitely going to be able to see, I guess, which one's the superior winner. I mean, it's like an all-star game almost, because we are probably going to be heading to the match very soon.
You can
but
start.
Still, just going into the map here. It's going to be Sacred Heart Hospital. We are going to be seeing Hetien's Hunter. We'll be playing first against ATG Survivors. Sacred Heart Hospital, very survivor-sided map, so maybe they want to. I actually don't remember who picked the map.
I can tell you this. It was actually Team Hetien that picked. And what happened is that because we actually know that Hetien likes to pick Arms Factory because they picked it almost every time. So in response to that, this time Team ATG decides to instantly get rid of it, of the Arms Factory. So that's what let us see the Sacred Heart Hospital here, which is a very survivor-sided map. And honestly, I think this is one of the very few times that Sacred has been selected in this tournament, because we don't really see that too often throughout this tournament.
I agree, because it's such a survivor-sided map, and I mean, this is a hunter-sided meta, so most of the time you just kind of want to, you know, use that hunter, get that 4K. But here, Hetien, maybe they're confident at Hetien, but you know, we've seen how strong Hetien survivors are. I said that, but we've seen how strong their survivors are, and maybe they're able to potentially get a win here and maybe capitalize against ATG. Because we are going to be seeing the first two bans, Coordinator and Acrobat. We do see ATG picking up that Prisoner and that Puppeteer.
Yeah, so I think here this is like Prisoner as a potential counter towards the Shadow, and Puppeteer as a potential counter to the Opera Singer, because we actually seen that Hetien have been very proficient with both of those. So that is why we are seeing the way it is now, as we're going to move on to the third survivor pick, the Psychologist, as a potential healer against both the Shadow and also the Opera Singer here. So yeah, this is just looking like a solid team comp. Just the thing that we're leaning towards is that there's no kiting items.
Yep, and we are going to be seeing here the Aeroplanists will be banned last. They did ban First Officer prior to that. And we are going to be seeing the ATG finally decides to pick their rescuer, the Mercenary.
So yeah, we're going to see the full team comp over here. I'm still wondering what will Hetien choose. Maybe the Shadow, because this is a smaller map, so the Shadow ideally will have an easier time of field controlling, because we've seen that Hetien have been proficient with both. And the thing with the Shadow is that the Shadow can chase after both the Psycho and the Puppeteer like first. The issue lies with the Prisoner, because the Prisoner can connect ciphers, making the Puppeteer, or rather the Shadow setting up the Ostracon's field control not that effective.
Actually, Psychologist is also just really hard. In the first chase, like sure, maybe in that late game when you have the tension up, she kind of becomes a whiteboard. But in that early game, you can't really chase him, so you're kind of limited on options. And with Puppeteer's new change, which is a very interesting change at that, I mean, this could have some, it could play a huge part in this match. While Hetien is...
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, Hetien's still deciding to, they're still selecting talents actually from the side of ATG, but yeah, Hetien probably gonna go with either Ivy or Opera. I mean, both choices are fine. Definitely on a map like Sacred Heart Hospital, Opera is a bit harder to play, but we know Hetien, one of the best Opera mains right now in Southeast Asia, and we also know that his Ivy is nothing or something to be very much scared about.
So yeah, we're gonna be waiting here, and actually you mentioned one thing, is that the balance change recently is obviously going to be in play now in this week's tournament, which obviously, because we're not officials, we cannot lock the versions. So this actually means that the X-Boy buff, Prospector nerf, and anything is all going to be in play today. And actually, while we're selecting the Shadow here, I actually want to talk about more of the Hunter picks, because I've actually received info from a person is that X-Boy is actually viable and is being trained by competitive teams now, so maybe we can see him in later rounds. As an X-Boy player, I would love to see it.
Because of the new change on the X-Boy as well. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, respect to all the X-Boy mains out there. I tried learning the character. I don't think I have it in me. But yeah, I mean, X-Boy is definitely a very interesting character. But for now, we're going to be seeing the Ivy from Hetien. I mean, no need to go with the unconventional, no need to go with experiments here, especially since it is going to be a finals match. So we are going to be seeing ATG also running a very, very conventional area select here. NDZR are going to be on the left side, right opposite of the Hunter here. And we are going to be seeing Prisoners also at middle. We're seeing Mercenary is going to be at the gate. I forgot what actually that's called. And we are going to be seeing Psychologist is at Ruins. And these these area selects are pretty conventional, as I previously mentioned. Hospital is really hard to pressure sometimes, especially if it's in the if the cipher is at the 2-story, right, on the second floor instead of the bird cage. So that could definitely have some effect on what happens in this match. But chances are he may consider chasing the Prisoner here, maybe even the Puppeteer. Psychologist is potentially possible if he's able to get a pretty early free hit here.
Yep, so hold on, let me check. I was busy fixing it. But one thing I noticed is that this team comp from the Survivors side, they have 2 Survivors that does not have borrowed time. I guess they know that Hetien can pressure them so far, so their goal is to kite as long as they can. they can just to draw this one out. But we'll have to see if this is going to work out for them, as we're going to be heading into the the very first match of the grand finals between Team Hetian and Team ATG. So right off the bat, Hetian going to be sending her leech, like the Yidra, just to walk around, or I apologize if it's not Yidra. But the leech is going to be heading straight for the ruins, which is going to be the psychologist. But as mentioned by Japhet, the psychologist can't really kite well. I think its real target here may be the prisoner at the hospital.
Yep, and we are going to be seeing here, does manage to leech the psychologist. Actually, he may be considering going to NDZR right now. He's probably going to be pressuring this mercenary using the leech once more. And yep, he's kind of making his way here on NDZR, who's actually still decoding the cipher, even though he's kind of within the vicinity here. He will be able to get the scare, gets the leech there, and we are going to be seeing NDZR going to be able to get the vault.
Yeah, actually, NDCR is in a very dangerous position right now because it's already 67 corruption level. All it takes is one more scare, and then he will be like negated because the puppeteer actually counters it. Whoa, this is a very daring vault, and I actually feel like Hetian could have tried to like use the scare to stop it, but I guess his plan is to blink hit first, gambling on the fact that NDCR is not being able to like do the trick in time, and now it's able to get off the head, but this time NDCR is able to become Little Lewis in time, so able to prolong the kite for a bit longer.
Yep, and we're going to be seeing here NDZR is going to be able to just spend a bit more time here. The thing is, Hetian did use his blink here. He's going to be just running a bit to the wall there. He's going to be trying to pressure this prisoner who is at birdcage. We are seeing one cipher is around 70%. I think that's actually the cipher that the prisoner is giving here, but actually NDZR kind of getting suspicion there, and now this could be down very soon if he could get the 100.
Yeah, but we can see that there's still like a distance between the leech and where the puppeteer is able to get the scare off now, and down goes the puppeteer. But the puppeteer definitely lasted a significant amount of time there, and I'll say that the play where he predicted he would get scared and instantly turn into Lewis to blocking a hit, that was the play that prolonged the kite massively, because if he went down there, it would have been a complete disaster.
Yep, and we are going to be seeing here still 4 ciphers, so Hetian still has some winning opportunities depending on what happens next. But for now, definitely a good advantage here for the survivors, as Ujang Kopling is going to be going to the, going for the rescue here. We are going to be seeing...
Watch out!
Oh, he is at 80 suspicion! Oh my god, what a terror shock here from Hetian. NDZR is probably going to get max presence. It's probably going to be a double down here from the side of Hetian.
Yeah, I was about to say that you have to watch out from being terror shocked, because I just don't know why, but because like with the shadow, you do not dare to look back. This also like increases the chance of getting terror shocked, because just I think it was last week I just played a game of Ivy recently and got 3 terror shocks on the chair in one match. Just because the survivors does not dare to look back, it will make this potentially terrifying.
Yep, and we're going to be seeing Yas YT is going to be getting caught very early on, takes it immediately, and we are going to be seeing Hetian going to be trying to cancel the rescue, unfortunately unable to. NDZR might be able to fight for a bit more time. Yas YT actually still body blocking his, NDZR, but the advantage here is that he still has one more Lewis to use, so all he has to do is use it well, and oh my god, what a bit of a jump scare there. Will he be able to use the skill here? No, he decides not to.
He is able to use the skill, but yeah. He is able to use the skill there, but yeah, it did help him to prolong the kite for a tad bit longer, but still, the survivors are not in a good position right now, but they can't even really regroup to heal, so I'm gonna say this right now, the prisoner will be the key of this match, and the mercenary cannot goes down, but we can see that Yujang, or rather like Hetian, instantly removed the leech off the mercenary. I think his goal is to try to find the prisoner, because the prisoner right now is the key of this match, because he can connect ciphers, meaning that the cipher control will not be that effective, as the psychologist may get busted here.
Yep, and we are going to be seeing here, Zell is going to be using the cipher at birdcage to potentially give progress towards... Oh wait, no, psychologist is actually going down, but now one cipher does remain here, but the cipher is going to be at ruins, and unfortunately for them, YT going to be getting shared here at shack area, and he may be able to use his other leech to just force mercenary out of the cipher.
Yeah, but actually, like, Hold on, I'm trying to check where is the 78% one, because we know the 45% one is at Shack, and they have to find the one that has 78%.
It's the root. Oh, it's statue.
Well, if the statue is still doable, because they have to wait for the mercenary to get there, but here the prisoner cannot get terror shocked here, because yep, let's see. Oh, this time it's able to avoid terror shock, but let's see. The prisoner also cannot get hit here, but doesn't seem like it because can easily. Yeah, He Tian tried to like cut it off, but not being able to, and we can see that Yu Zhang is actually demolishing the ostracons, and so actually the prisoner can. They wanted to trade positions, but I feel like this is not the best idea. They should have instead continue to have the prisoner in the vicinity, because now the prisoner cannot really decode that one. Oh!
I mean, we're going to see, yeah, Wuzhang Coupling is going to be getting caught here very early on, so this could have a play here. The question is, will he get terror shock for like the second time in this match?
The Cypher's Prime.
We
the
are
Cypher's
seeing here
Prime.
YT. Yeah, it is primed here. So now,
it won't matter.
if he hits YT, it's going to be an issue here. He does, and the problem is it has 12-9.
Then they have to pop it straight away. Then actually they have to pop it straight away. Because yeah, I actually do not understand why they're not popping now. Because
it's because Wuzhang Coupling still has 97% suspicion, so they want it for it to run out first. And he does seem as if they're going to finally pop it now that he's out of the vicinity. Tian with multiple winning opportunities as one leech is going to be at the gate. Wuzhang Coupling going to be trying to go there, but does he know that it's there? We are going to be seeing here. He is probably going to get leech. Cell is within the vicinity as well.
Yeah, but the thing is that Yu Zhang is going to demolish that leech. So right now, He Tian will play the standard game, having one leech at the gate and the other one here. But the mercenary still has one elbow pad to work with, but He Tian also has blink to work with. So let's see, elbow pad going to be utilized. But this elbow pad sort of ran into the wall there, and let's see, expend blink over here. And now the prisoner would potentially get teleported back onto. And remember, this mercenary had no self heal. He expended earlier when he got terror shocked.
Yep, and now we are going to be seeing here Zal already caught by the leech here. So this is looking like a 4K situation, but Wuzhang, he might actually chair Wuzhang here, I mean, because he already has vision on Zal. But we are going to be seeing here, yeah, he is deciding to pick up the mercenary, not knowing that he doesn't have self-heal actually. And we are going to be seeing here, going to be teleporting on the prisoner. Manages to drop the pallet there, but I mean, 70% suspicion, what can you really do in this scenario? He is trying to bait it out, but unfortunately, he's going to be officially down there. That's going to be a 4K on He Tian's side here on this Grand Finals match. Huge win.
Yeah, honestly, I'm going to say for this match is that actually early game the Puppeteer did a very decent kite when he used turn to Little Lewis to evade that hit and evade an early down. But then in the end, the terror shock stalled their time for a bit, and then they had to expand things towards the end game, and that failed body block too. I was feeling maybe, I actually did not notice if the psychologist had flywheel effect back then, but if he had, it would have been a good idea to flywheel ahead so that the shadow would hit the mercenary, then they can pop it. But yeah, overall I feel like He Tian played it very well, but the survivor definitely had chances there.
Yep, and now Team ATG's Hunter Kai kind of in a pressure situation here as he has to 4K in Sacred, which is such a difficult map to 4K, especially against some of the best survivors right now in Southeast Asia. So I believe we're going to be going on break, John, or are we heading into the second half?
Yeah, we're going to take a break. We'll see everyone after the break. See you in a bit.
Man lives with lions. Yes, with lions.
Observe, imitate, communicate. These are the keys that can forge a bond closer than any other. At least, that's what I believed at the time. Animals, much like humans, are trustworthy companions.
Wielder of a mystical power over animals, Jeffrey Bonavita.
Until his eyes gradually revealed an avaricious thirst. Profit is the only shortcut to communicate with their kind. Observe, imitate, strike! Under the cloak of night, the prey becomes the hunter!
Goodness me, would you look at
Man
that?
lives with lions. Yes, with lions.
Observe, imitate, communicate. These are the keys that can forge a bond closer than any other. At least, that's what I believed at the time. Animals, much like humans, are trustworthy companions.
Wielder of a mystical power over animals, Jeffrey Bonavita.
Until his eyes gradually revealed an avaricious thirst. Profit is the only shortcut to communicate with their kind. Observe, imitate, strike! Under the cloak of night, the prey becomes the hunter!
Goodness me, would you look at
Man
that?
lives with lions. Yes, with lions.
Observe, imitate, communicate. These are the keys that can forge a bond closer than any other. At least, that's what I believed at the time. Animals, much like humans, are trustworthy companions.
Wielder of a mystical power over animals, Jeffrey Bonavita.
Until his eyes gradually revealed an avaricious thirst. Profit is the only shortcut to communicate with their kind.
Alright, welcome back. We're going to be bringing you with the grand finals of between Team Hetian and Team ATG, the battle of two champions, as we're going to be moving on to just a scoreboard real quick, as Team Hetian got a 4-man elimination against Team ATG. Though actually, if we compare ATG's performance, survivor performance from this one to the last one, I feel like they did improved as they like managed to kite out a bit longer, but unfortunately there were just still some errors and some like loopholes that Hetian managed to exploit, and that's why Hetian is one of the strongest hunters in Southeast Asia, and we can see him in IVC.
Yep, and now Kaidi has to replicate a very similar result here against the survivors of Team Hetian, survivors that have also been in IVC in a survivor-sided map. So definitely, that is a very hard thing to replicate here on the side of Team ATG. But you know, if there's one team that could probably replicate it against Hetian, I think my best odds would be on this team.
Yeah, because they were the teams that won last chapter.
Yep, and also because they kind of just clawed their way here. I mean, beating Vacuity, beating many other teams as well. I think, you know, this team very strong. I mean, they're not in the finals just because they were accidentally here. No, they earned the final slot here. So yeah, definitely looking forward here to how Kaidi plays up against Team Hetian. But definitely, it's going to be a tall order.
Oh, right now things are happening behind in the lobby. Is that Panda was asking me to begin with Sota as survivor, so I guess like us tournament staff learned a way to hijack Team Hetian here. Okay, but while we're waiting on the lobby to be like complete, let's think let's actually talk about the balance changes, because the balance changes impact this tournament. First of all, I think from what I recall, the puppeteer buff does not affect how he plays against an opera singer or the shadow, because it just really impacts Hermit and photographer.
Agreed. I also think that it definitely gives him a bit of more of a pocket, you know, in case you mess up, in case you're lagging, you know, you're able to still tank 2 hits, you know, get the chip in the end, but still, it does help with those hunters. At the same time, it also just helps a bit in laggy situations, also in case you make a mistake. So yeah, I mean, it may not be the biggest change, but definitely against some certain matchups, it really improves him as a character, and also just really gives him a bit more of a safety net to play around.
Oh yeah, definitely. So actually, let's recall on what else has changed. Like we talked about the export buff, as I've heard from. I have some like grand info or like secret info that X-Boy is now being trained in competitive tier. And
as you can see here, he knows everything in competitive play. I have to say, I'm actually very surprised because I didn't expect that at all. But yeah, I believe there's another one. Geisha getting nerfed. Was it like from 8 seconds to 9 seconds? Most disrespectful nerf of all time. No hate.
Oh,
you know.
Oh my God, Jeff!
Like,
look what's going on at the tournament picks and bans chat.
Hold on. I need to see this. Okay, for everyone who's not on the server, basically, they're just asking the person named PP to stop peeing. And then and also, okay, we're not allowed to say it on stream.
Yeah, no, sorry, no.
If you'd like to see it, please ask for the server link. We will send it.
Yeah, you're not allowed to say that, no.
You're not allowed to say that. John needs the money from YouTube. You know?
Let's see.
Need to get monetized, but anyways, yeah. As we just wait, this might take a bit of a while.
Yeah, hold on. First of all, I'll give them a warning because this is a bit too long.
Yeah, a bit too long. But yeah, like just going back to the changes, I believe Nightmare got a buff, another useless buff as per usual. I believe actually, I think Haster also got buffed from my memory, or am I tripping? No, sorry, no, he did not. I'm tripping. We got a Prospector nerf. We had a Weeping Clown nerf. I was thinking like, is that a buff or nerf?
Nerf,
oh,
nerf,
yeah,
because they like they decreased his decoding speed.
Yep, and Mechanic got buffed back to, I think, her decoding progress from back then. So like from 35% when injured to 25%, right? Like when injured teammates. I think that was how it was back then. But yeah, Mechanic getting buffed again, so Mechanic mains rejoice. Oh, I believe we're gonna be starting now.
Yeah, they started, but still issued the warning anyways.
I didn't even notice that he already got in the lobby, but now we are officially starting, so thank God, thank the heavens, we are officially gonna be seeing how Kai performs actually against this team, as he's immediately gonna be banning the Prisoner, which is pretty good ban, as well as the Antiquarian.
Yeah, and one thing to note is that first of all, there's no denying that Kaidi's opera singer is very strong because I'm amazed by the speed. But also remember the Hell Ember. Like we've seen his Hell Ember perform in a very terrifying way, both yesterday and against Astrosomnia. So we should always keep that in mind, as the Coordinator and the Gardener is going to get banned. Or rather get selected here, and Psychologist would get banned, as I guess they do not want to see any long-range healing.
Yep, and it does lean towards the Ivy here, which is actually really interesting because, as you were saying, Kai's opera singer is kind of something that's very distinct from him. So it does seem as if these bans, they're very Ivy, if I do add. We are going to be seeing a Mercenary ban as well, so yeah. This is very much screaming Ivy from like miles away. These are bans. Prisoner is strong against Ivy. Psychologist is strong against Ivy. Mercenary is strong against Ivy. All of these characters are strong against Ivy. So yeah, it does seem as if, you know, it's very interesting to see that he's planning to go for the Ivy here, which is pretty reasonable. But again, as you've mentioned, Opera Singer is something that's a little bit more distinct from him.
Yeah, because the thing is that we actually did not see Kai play Ivy before, but I am a bit 50-50 because there is also the Seer and the Officer does not like Ivy does not like the first Officer because the Watch can kick the leech off him. So I will still hold my judgment right now because we do know that Kai also has an Hell Ember that we don't know if he maybe want to play it. When does he want to play it out? But yeah, I'll hold my judgment whether this or not being an Ivy, just because we never seen Kai play it before, let alone in BO1.
I believe, actually, I think there was one time, but I might be wrong. So, the argument you're seeing here, yeah, okay, if you if what you're saying is right, then these are definitely very interesting bands because not necessarily screaming opera, not necessarily screaming Hellember. I think you'd have bad other characters if it was a Hellember. But we are seeing here he is thinking pretty hard on this pick here. Actually, oh yeah, here we go, and we are gonna be seeing the opera singer. I think the bands were just kind of like bluffing, like maybe he's trying to bluff them into thinking he has the Ivy, but Hetien not falling for that, and now he's kind of forced to play opera and such bad comp.
If I won't necessarily say a bad comp because they don't have the female dancer support and anything, so I just think it's more of relying on like raw skills because I do not think this is a bad comp. I just think it's just like a normal comp.
Yep. So we are going to be seeing definitely, Gardener and Coordinator, very strong characters against this. Seer can sometimes be really good against opera singer if you're really good at it, especially if you have 12-9. And First Officer, really strong rescuer as well.
Oh, yep. So now we're gonna be moving into the game here, as we can see. The spawn selection: Seer at the center, Gardener at Ruin's Court, at Panda's Court, and Kaidi actually going to opting spot at the bottom left corner, which is, I think, is one of the pretty unprecedented pick here. So I wonder what does Kaidi have in his mind for selecting this.
Perhaps he wants to kind of block the cipher, but I'm not even sure if that's blocking any of the ciphers. I think that's blocking Shaq instead. So yeah, it's an interesting pick. Maybe he was trying to see if Coordinator was actually down at bottom, but no, it's the First Officer actually here. So now he's kind of in a dire situation. Maybe he can consider switching to Coordinator. Maybe he'll go inside the hospital and go for the Seer. Maybe he'll try to bait a watch from First Officer before moving on to another target. But yeah, this is a very interesting area. So like, he seems as if he wanted to block Shaq, but I wouldn't think that was a necessary, or I don't think that was a need here from Kaidi here. But yeah, no, this is very interesting area select, as we are going to be heading into the round one of the second half between Team Hetien versus ATG. ATG once again needs to 4K if they want to tie this first round, or at least maybe 3K or 2K just to cut off the deficit.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I think this, in terms of area selection, this is not looking too good. Maybe he just, as Jafet mentioned, want to bait out a watch just to like expand the items early on. But right off the bat, Kaidi going to be wandering to the center where the officer is. Officer going to be immediately entering the hospital just to make sure that he wants to save his watches. So let's see. Oh, he is continuing to committing and forcing out a watch on Night Owls. But let's see will he continue to focus on Night Owl. Seems like it though. He wants to get Night Owl and waiting for the second layer of watch to expire. So now he can go after the officer. I think maybe he wants to burn the Tide Turner, but nope. Have a change of targets and gonna go after the Court, who has a flare gun to work with.
Yep, and we are going to be seeing here, Heidi actually brought 12-6 Blink. So yeah, very interesting. He's going to be able to dodge the gun. What an amazing move there from Kai. And we are going to be seeing potentially the first hit here, with Panda doing a good job. Just a bit more time, and oh my god, Seer with a failed owl. And this is actually very rare mistakes here from the side of Etienne.
Yeah, this is like two misplays in a row. One is the missed flare gun, and the other is the missed Seer out. Go for a swing here, but unfortunately misses. But let's see, does the Court? No, the Court have no flywheel effect, so the Court will still be able to go down. And now this is, for like one of the first few times, this is in a bad position for Team Hetien because their ciphers are beyond enough. They already lost their Seers out. They already lost their flare gun, and also they lost one watch from the First Officer. And there's only 2 ciphers in total of that.
Yep, and this is going to be kind of huge here. Meanwhile, we did see Gardener officially popping her cipher here, and I believe Seer is popping the other one, and we are going to be seeing here First Officer is making his way. But another thing to note is that First Officer only actually has one more watch, so he might be forced to use it now. Will he use it? No, he decides not to. He's not even going to be chasing the First Officer, either baiting the second watch, immediately hitting Panda, and that's going to be the second down, probably after Tide Turner runs out.
I mean, definitely the second down. He already got hit.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so...
But yeah, I mean...
So moving on, actually the Cypher progress is not too bad. I mean, they still have 3 Cyphers. I think I'll imagine by the time the second rescue over, they only have 1 left. But the issue of this team comp is that they do not have any like items or support. But we'll probably see the Gardener, because if we look at this, the Gardener actually brought Ty Turner. So this one will be a good news for the survivors, because that means they will not get a farm. Kylie going to warp out, not being able to find anyone, and gonna go back in. But let's see, if Yuki in the ruins, because I kind of cannot see which direction she's at. But
Yep, she's in ruins.
yeah, I was wondering which direction. Because like, yep, have the bubble, gonna come rescue, and with Ty Turner, so that this second Ty Turner is definitely saving grace. But unfortunately for the survivors, Kylie is able to get the farm off and wants to get a hit on the Gardener. So let's see would this backfire, because by doing this, he will have like a potential risk of him not being able to find where the court goes down. But nope, this have very sharp eyes. Definitely not a Bon player here. As now, yeah, we know that the meme with Bon players. But now now the Panda will be eliminated for good. And there is another saving grace on the survivors, is that, as Jafet mentioned, they brought this Opera Singer has broken windows, or rather confined space. This means that they have no Ty Turner endgame, so that their strength mid-game would not be that terrifying.
Yep, just unable to, not being able to switch trades here, and he actually fails a dash here, but PP is actually within the vicinity. Oh, tries to go for the terror shot. Unfortunately, not happening today. But all the survivors are actually within the vicinity, so this does seem pretty risky here. Oh, Gardener. Oh, what? I don't even know what. Okay, but anyways, we are going to be seeing here Yuki using the bubble here and going to be able to get a hit on Yuki. Another noise that he can switch to Night Owl here, as he already used his watch, but being able to pop the Cypher. Oh, he got hit by the skill of First Officer here, and now failing another dash, trying to go back, doesn't even have the dash again. And now these Cyphers, 2 Cyphers remaining, one of them is at hospital, the other at Shack. Meanwhile, Yuki and Night Owl planning to maybe heal up.
Yeah, but the thing is that I think Kylie already saw the blood marks, so Kylie definitely knows where they are. And now he can chase anyone over here. Officer has nothing, and the Gardener actually does have 1 elbow pad to work with on Yuki's side. But I think 1 elbow pad would not help, like does not do too much. So let's see. How is he going to use this 1 elbow pad? Able to expand it now, forcing Kylie to teleport back. And let's see, is able to get the hit, so down goes the Gardener. And we're currently at 1 Cypher remaining, which is the one at the hospital. So I reckon that after Kylie puts the chair, he would not camp Yuki and will instead go after the hospital.
Yeah, but it's pretty difficult here because it is in 2-story. I was mentioning how that could be a game changer here. And that last Cypher is at hospital, but it's at 2-story. We are going to be seeing he's actually not going to go for the hospital Cypher. Instead, trying to find where this Seer is, but no, unable to. And now we are going to be seeing, this looks like a very much a tie opportunity here for the side of Team Hetien, as now Cypher is at 80%. We are going to be seeing breaking the pallet here. Seer is within the vicinity, just farming a bit more Owl as the Cypher does go ahead and get primed. We are going to be seeing here, does get the hit, and now the rescue is going to be coming in play.
Yeah, I don't know. I really think it's a bit of a misplay. Is that he should have gone after the Cypher instead, because the thing is that he has no trump card endgame to utilize. So by what he's doing, then he lost his best opportunity for a 3 to 4 man elimination. So right now, Yuki is able to get the bubble out just to draw a bit more time, and let's see. Yeah, because like considering where the dungeon is, Yuki won't be able to make it, but Kylie doesn't have anything to stop Night Owl and PP over there, so I reckon this would be another tie.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing here, tries to go for the blink, misses the blink, will be able to teleport back, but no, another miss here. Gardener is too far from the dungeon here, because dungeon is, actually no, dungeon is all the way at a, wait a second, dungeon is all the way at, no, never mind, Yuki's definitely just
no, she has no flywheel.
Yep. But yeah, very unfortunate for Kai. Very much some winning opportunities, but now does manage to get the tie. Bit of deficit here for ATG.
Yeah, because actually if we look at it, I was talking about it after he chaired Yuki. He should have gone after the Cypher that was at the hospital, because he can easily chase the officer away from it with no items. Because if he chooses to camp, then the Cyphers will be primed, and there's no chance for him to get a free man or 4-man elimination. And because from what I recall, Like, I'll have to check that, but from what I recall, the cipher at the statue was already done. So this means that after the gardener gets rescued, they have to go and pop a new cipher, which gives like the opera singer ample time to chase after the first officer there because the first officer has no items. Then you can just play for a field control to try and gamble for a tie, or rather a 3-4K, better than he just ends up playing it safe.
Yep, I think he was just scared over the fact that it's in the 2 story, and yeah, definitely kind of played a bit there. Like, that was definitely a factor here for whether he wanted to pressure. Was really confused. It's like he couldn't find where the seer was, but he knew exactly where he popped. So yeah, unfortunate here for Team ATG. Does get the tie, so deficit isn't that bad. But now they're heading into the second round. Kai's opera is probably getting banned. I mean, he will probably show up, that Hell Ember, at some point today, and now they have to work against deficit.
Yep, so we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll see everyone after the break. See in a bit.
Goodness me, would you look at
Man
that?
lives with lions. Yes, with lions.
Observe, imitate, communicate. These are the keys that can forge a bond closer than any other. At least, that's what I believed at the time. Animals, much like humans, are trustworthy companions.
Wielder of a mystical power over animals, Jeffrey Bonavita.
Until his eyes gradually revealed an avaricious thirst. Profit is the only shortcut to communicate with their kind. Observe, imitate, strike! Under the cloak of night, the prey becomes the hunter!
Goodness me, would you look at
Man
that?
lives with lions. Yes, with lions.
Observe, imitate, communicate. These are the keys that can forge a bond closer than any other. At least, that's what I believed at the time. Animals, much like humans, are trustworthy companions.
Wielder of a mystical power over animals, Jeffrey Bonavita.
Until his eyes gradually revealed an avaricious thirst. Profit is the only shortcut to communicate with their kind. Observe, imitate, strike! Under the cloak of night, the prey becomes the hunter!
Goodness me, would you look at
Man
that?
lives with lions. Yes, with lions.
Observe, imitate, communicate. These are the keys that can forge a bond closer than any other. At least, that's what I believed at the time. Animals, much like humans, are trustworthy companions.
Wielder of a mystical power over animals, Jeffrey Bonavita.
Until his eyes gradually revealed an avaricious thirst. Profit is the only shortcut to communicate with their kind. Observe, imitate, strike! Under the cloak of night, the prey becomes the hunter!
Goodness me, would you look at
Man
that?
lives with lions. Yes, with lions.
Observe, imitate, communicate. These are the keys that can forge a bond closer than any other. At least, that's what I believed at the time. Animals, much like humans, are trustworthy companions.
Wielder of a mystical power over animals, Jeffrey Bonavita.
until his eyes gradually revealed an avaricious thirst. Profit is the only shortcut to communicate with their kind. Observe, imitate, strike! Under the cloak of night, the prey becomes the hunter!
Goodness me, would you look at
Man
that?
lives with lions. Yes, with lions.
Observe, imitate, communicate. These are the keys that can forge a bond closer than any other. At least, that's what I believed at the time. Animals, much like humans, are trustworthy companions.
Wielder of a mystical power over animals, Jeffrey Bonavita.
Until his eyes gradually revealed an avaricious thirst. Profit is the only shortcut to communicate with their kind. Observe, imitate, strike! Under the cloak of night, the prey becomes the hunter!
Goodness me, would you look at
Man
that?
lives with lions. Yes, with lions.
Observe, imitate, communicate. These are the keys that can forge a bond closer than any other. At least, that's what I believed at the time. Animals, much like humans, are trustworthy companions.
Wielder of a mystical power over animals.
Hello everyone, we're back with more IMR action. So once again, we're Jung and Yashi back at your service as we're going to be heading into the BO2 first round. And currently, as a quick recap on the score, is that currently Team Hetian is 7-2 in the lead. So this means that things are definitely not looking too good on Team ATG side. But then again, in BO5, one round deficit does not matter, as this is not or does not matter that much, as this is a BO5 and not a BO3. But this means that Team ATG will have to look to win the second round, or just somewhere at the line to return their depth of the 7-2. Sultan, you can
Yeah,
start.
I agree. I mean, yeah, Sultan, you can start. I mean, I agree as well. Like, if Etienne wins these next two rounds, I mean, they can just consider like tying the third and fourth round, and immediately Etienne just gets the win. So the ATG needs to capitalize on potentially winning the round now, or at least maybe tying it so that he's able to, capitalize on later rounds, maybe not get pressured by too much. But we are going to be seeing Hetien will be playing Hunter first against ATG Survivors once again. We did see it was a pretty close match, but there's so much crucial mistakes that happened that ATG eventually lost it. As we are going to be seeing Hetien is going to be immediately picking the coordinator banning the coordinator in Acrobat.
Oh, but we can see that here the survivors end up banning the shadow, but this opens up Hetian's opera singer. Like, I was thinking that they would release the shadow and rather go and ban the opera singer instead, because this is a big map, meaning that the opera singer is stronger here, can glide around, because comparatively the shadow's field control in large maps are not going to be as strong. But we do see that the first two picks here are... Oh, never mind, and these ATG Survivor are still considering. But it does seem that they're considering the journalist. And if we do know it's an opera singer, this may not work too well, because the amount of must-break pallets in this map is actually not that much.
We are going to be seeing, does decide to pick up the journalist and the magician. As you've mentioned, that is very interesting, but I think another thing is, like, there's a lot of areas where I think their walls are pretty straight, especially 11, right? So the good thing about journalists is, like, you can almost use its RFE as kind of a body block, so I've seen that kind of get used every now and then, but still, very niche pick here from ATG. Journalist isn't really the priority, right? We are going to be seeing here the Hunter bans the Seer, the Survivors decide to pick up the Psychologist, which It's a pretty interesting pick, especially if you're expecting the opera singer, right? We are going to be seeing the Hunter finally deciding to ban the Wildling here, which is a pretty interesting ban in itself.
Yeah, Wildling, this opens up the gate for a mercenary or first officer, depending on what team ATG wants. So I think the reason why they picked the Psychologist is because this is a very large map, and I guess they wanted to utilize Psychologist's long-range healing. Because from what, we actually see that a lot in endgame where the survivors are forced to trade positions and ended up in a bad, and they ended up getting caught midway or slow down their ciphers. And the Psychologist actually sort of reduces the need of that, as we're going to be seeing the Cheerleader being selected as the final survivor, which is also interesting because, yes, I know that the Cheerleader can help out the Journalist and the Magician, but the Cheerleader herself, she is very afraid of the opera singer. And also, if you look at this I guess they really wanted to rely on the Journalist soul rescuing and to just play out a cipher rush.
I agree, but I think another thing is right against someone like Opera Singer, where you kind of want to force the items, kind of want to get the double down after rescue. Journalist doesn't really have much options. She can still get double rescue just as quickly as any other character if she tries to go for the rescue. And that's why I feel like when you're picking Journalist, right, it's more of a kiting character more than a rescuing character against an Opera Singer. So we are going to be seeing here, though, I believe Journalist is going to be bringing tree 6. And the Hunter's still undecided here. He does have a lot of options, of course. You know, Opera Singer being the best one, and by a long shot too.
Yeah, so I mean, it's obviously going to be the Opera Singer because, surprise, surprise.
Yep.
Now that we have it, I think the goal for Team Hetien, or rather for Team ATG, definitely to last out a tie and hope for their survivors able to do something, or their Hunter able to take another tie and drag this longer. But right now, we're gonna head into the area selection here. So let's see what does Team Hetien and Team ATG have in their mind.
Yep, we are going to be seeing here, they're deciding to go for, you know, this kind of spawn, like a pretty interesting spawn actually. Usually if you see them leaving out a slot at mid, that's usually at the most left corner, right, at where Cheerleader is, or at where Journalist is, but instead deciding to go for the spawn, which isn't really bad on itself, but now Cheerleader can potentially get chased here, so can the Journalist if he wants to expend the tree 6, because she is the only one who actually bought tree 6 here. And we are going to be seeing, I believe, I don't know if the Cypher at Big Bow is going to get closed or locked in this position.
Maybe, I think so.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe,
I think as well.
Maybe yes, if it's actually the one on the boat. Oh wait, there's always one at the boat, never mind.
Yeah, so, I mean, all I'll say is, like, these spawns, like, I don't really like them as much as, like, there's so many other better spawns, in my opinion, against the Opera Singer right now. So yeah, I mean, now Zell, kind of a very vulnerable situation. He can even chase Journalist, as I just mentioned, because, he's the only one with 6, though there are some pallets to use here for Journalists within the vicinity. So this is going to be pretty interesting area selects here. No hate, really, but we are going to be heading into the second round, first half, between Hetien versus ATG.
Yep, it'll be Hetien's Opera Singer, and also noted how fast that Hetien's hands are in the fast, but we can see that Hetien's not interested in Zell and instead will be making a dash towards the ruins. I think the target will be YT Psychologist, who is actually running out. I guess maybe they did not expect it though. But Hetien gonna go for a shadow dance, trying to catch someone at the center, but no one is at the center, and he ended up having to be going back for YT, who actually positioned himself in a relatively safe position for now. But Hetien is closing up gap fast, and that's really the power of the Opera Singer there.
Yep, and does manage to get the vault here for YT. We are going to be seeing, this might be a hit here immediately, first hit, and wow, amazing here from Hetien. He's going to be able to get the first hit here, just 2 more hits to go.
Oh, but now he's going to transition his way up the boat, which is pretty nice for the Psychologist considering the fact that the boat, there's no shout area. So let's see. Vaults out and goes down because he knows that Blink is not ready yet. So currently, It's been 60 seconds in the game, and He misses a dash, which is good news for Yus YT, because now he can be safe for like around 8 to 10 seconds, knowing that He cannot shadow dash for now, but goes for a blink through here. Not going to be wasting any time as the Psychologist of Empathy is about to bleed up, but let's see, can Yus YT make it through this pallet? Oh, it's able to get the slam over there to prolong it for an even longer amount of time. And just look at the ciphers over here, Jafet. It's almost near 3 ciphers, and He has no blink to use.
Yep, yes, YT doing an amazing job actually here, kiting Hetien. And he's actually going to be able to get to this pallet in time, but actually, no, not able to. We are going to see, manages to get the down, but look, ciphers are popping here, and it's about to be 2 ciphers remaining.
Yeah, currently, they are missing the Journalist, a cipher, and two new ones. So, we can see that Yu Zhang's already decoding, and the good news is that they can also have the Journalist that have a potential to pull off a no damage rescue depending on how the Journalist plays. If it's a no damage rescue, then Journalist can come save again too. So let's see. But let's see if he's gonna drop off the rescue door. Just gonna wait out a bit longer. And the thing is that Opera Singer cannot do a thing against Journalist because yes, after it gets hit, the door will be able to pull off the Psychologist. So now the Psychologist will probably have to choose to run away in a safe direction where there are no ciphers, because getting cipher disrupted is the last thing they would really want. But we can see that Yus YT is actually kiting towards a small boat, which is a bit close towards the corner. So the Psychologist will definitely have to like try and die a bit further than that.
Yep, does manage to die within small boat area. And actually, Hatchin probably going to be sharing a bit closer to NDZR. So this could be a bit of an issue here if they don't play this well here, as now NDZR, sure, they have their cipher at 60, but he is going to be pressured away from there. So this is still a tieable game here from Hetien. Actually, just really good job here from Team ATG, as well as we are going to be seeing NDZR going to be chased next here, and he's going to go down just about immediately, and we are seeing he's probably going to be cheering in this last cipher.
Yeah, actually, I think that where the Psychologist should have gone is towards the shack, the direction of the shack and that gate over there, because in that one, then for certain Hetien cannot drop him back at the cipher, because now the survivors got themselves in like a relatively dangerous situation. So Cheerleader is able to pull up, and the Cheerleader should be able to get away, but the Journalist probably cannot. And hold on, don't. Yeah, have to use both accelerations. Let's see, a second acceleration. Yup, not being able to swing, just looking to buy up as much time as possible. But now this Cheerleader cannot able to last for long, and the Cheerleader will go down. The survivors will have to think carefully what they should do at this point.
Yeah, we are seeing here Ujang Coplin is actually going to be decoding the cipher here at small boat. Psychologist going for a very daring play, knowing that he's not going to get teleported at because he's nowhere near the ciphers. So he's going to go ahead and get himself down. Now Journalist will be able to rescue for a second time.
Yeah, and the thing is that now if Hetien goes chooses to pressure Yu Zhang, first of all, Yu Zhang would not go down fast, and second of all, that will open up the other cipher. So this means that right now Hetien cannot care about the cipher at like below the big boat, or else this cipher would be rushed down. And right now both survivors here can last an extra chair though, so Hetien Hetien's options are pretty limited here.
Yep, and look at this, Yus YT doing the whistle again after self-healing, which, again, very daring play here, but this is going to be able to give them another rescue. So this is actually really good use of the Psychologist here, just managing to waste more time. And now look, Cypher is about to be prime, and they might have a 4-man endgame here.
Yeah, and Hetien cannot even teleport, because if Hetien teleports, then they can immediately pop straight away. But we can say Yu Zhang is actually retreating from that cipher, but I think actually Yu Zhang should just stay, but rather pops it, because the Magician actually pops it. I'm not too certain if that's the best move, because he ends up going down with full wands. I feel like he could have just like waited for a hit. There was nothing wrong with waiting a hit over there.
Yep, and the problem is now there's at least 2 survivors that are dead on chair. Zell is trying to just stay within the vicinity, but he's actually going to be, I believe the hunter actually saw him. Yes, YT is going to be decoding this gate already, and yep, Zell is gonna get caught here in the crossfire. Will he be able to get the vault? No, he does not, and that's gonna be huge here. And now all of a sudden, look, we are seeing NDZ are trying to going for the rescue here, but he might actually get stopped before he does. This might be risky. They might actually be selling the game here. So we are gonna be
Yeah,
seeing,
I actually do not understand why is NDCR still rushing towards for the rescue, because if he just went towards the gates, then it would still be a tie, but because now because of this play, they might potentially blow a format endgame into a 3 to 4K. I just do not understand why is NDCR trying to rescue, because he has no rescue bots from what I know.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing here, NDZ are going to be not able to get the rescue, but now Yus YT will be able to rescue the cheerleader. So NDZR is dead on chair though, and look at the trait that the hunter has. He has 15 more seconds before, you know, I believe that is the teleport will be available, so this might be a huge throw here from Team ATG. We are seeing Hetchian already making his way. Yus YT trying to get to the, trying to get to the gate in time, manages to use a bit of it, the skill there, and now trying to stall as much time as possible here. Gonna be able to get to the teleport. He needs to down
Psychologist is safe now. Psychologist is actually safe because she already has a 28. Yep. It's a cheerleader that's the one in danger.
We are seeing here, oh my god, Zell trying to make his way to the gate. Oh my god, what a miss there. And Zell unable to get to the gate. Yus YT is forced to get out, and this 4-man endgame ends into 3K for the hunter.
I just actually... There's like at least 3 critical errors, major errors there. First of all, the magician was in full health, so why are you being afraid of getting a hit first? You won't go down in 1 hit. Second of all, the journalist is being chaired back at where the magician is, so why is the journalist still going towards the rescue? Like, the hunter was not even trying to rush the gate. Just have 2 people exit the gate.
Yep, I agree. Like, they tried to risk everything. Maybe they wanted to get the lead in this, in this round. Maybe they're not confident Kaidi would be able to get the 4K. But in exchange, they may have just costed their chance to win the round here. As now, Kaidi is forced to get that 4K, is forced to try to get all 4 survivors eliminated if he wants to get the shot at this round. And even then, you're still playing at a deficit. So, I mean, huge mistake here from ATG. All I have to say is, I mean, Hetchian just managing to get that down on the cheerleader after the vault. That really changed the way they played this game, especially since NDZR kind of just was going, even if he wanted to go to the rescue, right? He kind of just went too late. He was getting no calls, I think, from the side, because we were seeing kind of just very slow rotation from the survivors there that late game. And eventually that costed them the match.
Yeah, anyways, we're gonna take a quick break and we'll see everyone after the break. See in a bit. Wait, where's the...
Goodness me, would you look at
Man
that?
lives with lions. Yes, with lions.
Observe, imitate, communicate. These are the keys that can forge a bond closer than any other. At least, that's what I believed at the time. Animals, much like humans, are trustworthy companions.
Wielder of a mystical power over animals, Jeffrey Bonavita.
Until his eyes gradually revealed an avaricious thirst. Profit is the only shortcut to communicate with their kind. Observe, imitate, strike! Under the cloak of night, the prey becomes the hunter!
Goodness me, would you look at
Man
that?
lives with lions. Yes, with lions.
Observe, imitate, communicate. These are the keys that can forge a bond closer than any other. At least, that's what I believed at the time. Animals, much like humans, are trustworthy companions.
Wielder of a mystical power over animals, Jeffrey Bonavita.
Until his eyes gradually revealed an avaricious thirst. Profit Profit is the only shortcut to communicate with their kind. Observe, imitate, strike! Under the cloak of night, the prey becomes the hunter!
Goodness me, would you look at
Man
that?
lives with lions. Yes, with lions.
Observe, imitate, communicate. These are the keys that can forge a bond closer than any other. At least, that's what I believed at the time. Animals, much like humans, are trustworthy companions.
Wielder of a mystical power over animals, Jeffrey Bonavita.
Until his eyes gradually revealed an avaricious thirst. Profit is the only shortcut to communicate with their kind. Observe, imitate, strike! Under the cloak of night, the prey becomes the hunter!
Goodness me, would you look at
Man
that?
lives with lions. Yes, with lions.
Observe, imitate, communicate. These are the keys that can forge a bond closer than any other. At least, that's what I believed at the time. Animals, much like humans, are trustworthy companions.
Wielder of a mystical power over animals, Jeffrey Bonavita.
Until his eyes gradually revealed an avaricious thirst. Profit is the only shortcut to communicate with their kind. Observe, imitate, strike! Under the cloak of night, the prey becomes the hunter!
Goodness me, would you look at
Man
that?
lives with lions. Yes, with lions.
Observe, imitate, communicate. These are the keys that can forge a bond closer than any other. At least, that's what I believed at the time. Animals, much like humans, are trustworthy companions.
Wielder of a mystical power over animals, Jeffrey Bonavita.
Until his eyes gradually revealed an avaricious thirst. Profit is the only shortcut to communicate with their kind. Observe, imitate, strike! Under the cloak.
Alright, welcome back to more Manor Regulars action. So first of all, let's have a quick recap. And just now, like Jafet and I talked a lot behind the scenes, like at break over there, because we just felt like everything. Oh, oops, this is the wrong screen. Everything before the end game was perfect on Team ATG side, but the moment they did the pop everything, not everything, but they made ATG made like several major mistakes that turned a potential free escaping game into a free man elimination. So you can start, by the way.
We are going to be seeing here all this sudden be a bit difficult here for Team ATG. I mean, now Kaidi has to 3k if he wants to tie and 4k if he wants to win. So I mean, this is very tough on the side of Team ATG, especially. Sure, this is BO5 we're talking about. In the end, you still don't want to, have like a 2-round deficit heading into third round. So,
Yeah, and honestly,
just really tough here.
Just now, if they got a tie here, they could have asked Kaidi to play for a tie, then they could have at least gotten a tie and have only a 1-round deficit. But now this is like the fact that they got a 3-man elimination also means that Kaidi would ideally be aiming the same here. And oh, Jafet, look at this. Mercenary and First Officer ban. I know what this means.
Oh yeah, I know what this means as well, John. We are seeing it. Wait, what? Wait, Ivy? Your guess is Ivy?
Huh? No, I never guessed an Ivy.
Oh, I thought I heard Ivy, and I'm like, huh?
No.
Okay. Anyways, we already know Kai D, Specialty Hunter. You know what time it is. It's time for that Hell Ember. You know, the last time we saw a good Hell Ember, that was IMR1, and that's because we had Japanese players. But now we're seeing here Sally's Asia represent. Hell Ember might be coming into town here, but hey, let's consider the other potential options. I mean, there's still like Gamekeeper. We saw that the last time we saw the Lakeside. I believe that was against actually us, Moon Insomnia. And we are going to be seeing here actually, just getting to the bans before that. We do see here that they do, if it isn't already on stream, Mercenary and First Officer did get banned, and the survivors did pick Acrobat and Seer.
Yeah, and actually the Cyclone just banned and Bomber here, yeah. Yup. Team Hetian here definitely did their homework and thought about what they like, sorry about that, I have throat allergies, but what should they select if Team ATG is gonna go for Hell Ember? Acrobat, Seer, and Bomber here, and Bomber very good because can use a long range revive. But one thing though is that Lakeside Village has been selected by Kaidi, so Kaidi definitely knows that, like, the definitely plan is that Kaidi knows that he have to play Hell Ember in this map, so maybe he has a plan. But we're also going to be seeing the Weeping Clown being banned here. I guess it's very clear that it's a Hell Ember, as Kaidi does not want to like long-range acceleration and transitional abilities in play.
Yeah, but I also feel like he would he have just banned Patient? But anyways, we are going to be seeing here Acrobat, Seer, and Bomber in Sequine for the side of Team Hetian. Not yet on screen, don't worry, it'll be on screen very soon. But we are going to see this team comp. You know, it seems as if it's if you die, you get sold strategy here. I mean, they only need a tie to get the second round win here against sorry, I'm also having allergies. But yeah, I mean, this team comp, no rescuer, so I'm guessing they're just probably going to be selling here. A lot of times they only need a tie to get the second round win against ATG, and that's going to be more than enough for the latter rounds, especially since it's really hard to kind of just get away from the to kind of come back from a 2-round deficit, because we are going to be seeing here Kai D. He's playing the Hell Ember.
Yeah, definitely, as we all expected. And because, like, one thing to note is that Team Hetian being a very good IVC team, they definitely train a lot against meta hunters. So maybe ATG's plan is that I'm gonna select something that they do not see every day, because if you do not see against this hunter every day, then naturally your experience against this hunter would be like relatively lower. And so I guess here ATG wants to like get the favor and abuse the fact that maybe Hetian doesn't have as much training against an Hell Ember comparing to meta hunters.
Yep, and we are going to be seeing here, deciding to go for what I like to call the Japanese spawns. I mean, this is usually what you see when you play in Japanese rank. We are going to be seeing Night Owls actually here at Small Bow, not in Big Bow, which makes sense. He kind of wants to see where the survivors are, wants to be able to coffin them, able to give them a chance to, go for a redemption kite against Kai D. So you are going to be seeing he's going to be spawning right between a Bomber and Seer here. So this is going to be very good actually for the survivors. All they need is a tie after all to get the second round win.
Yeah, sorry, can I talk for a bit? I'm fixing the screens behind.
Yeah, but just talking about kind of the last match again, it really sucks. I mean, they had strong winning and tying opportunities there, but mistake after mistake, unfortunately for ATG, and now Kai Z has to hope he's going to be able to get similar opportunities from what we had last match, where he got that pretty early down, where he got pretty good, starts, and just wasn't unable to capitalize to get a 4K. But hey, it does seem as if Hatsune kind of not in their form today. We've seen a bunch of mistakes from them, so
we'll see.
Let's hope that this time around, they're going to be able to capitalize it.
Well, yeah, but that is first of all to see if they have mistakes. But Hetian being like a very strong and seasoned team, I'm definitely going to. I can definitely see them holding their own, but we have to see how does this Ember work out. Right now, yeah, we're going to be heading into the second round here, and we do see 2 tide turners, but I think really the question is the battle between camping, because we've seen how terrifying Ember camp is from Kaidi's side. Alright.
Wait, John, I have to beer back, yeah.
Yeah,
continue.
Yeah. Okay, so anyways, Kaidi gonna heading into the game, going after the direction of Night Owl and PP Acrobat. So maybe potentially chasing the Night Owl's Embalmer first, but the thing with is that after the Embalmer goes down, he can coffin himself back, making Kaidi Ember's camping game like not that strong. Well, alright, seems like Jaffa has something to handle, so yeah, Kaidi just gonna be continue to pressuring the Embalmer here, and actually let's see, he actually does have broken windows, which is a very good trait to bring against the Hell Ember, because Hell Ember early game can just only rely on raw foot, and currently Kaidi cannot really find a good opportunity, but is able to trap him, like use the soul, or rather like the Phantom Soul to break through one, and is able to force out an early owl. But I think this owl is not too effective on the survivor's end, because Kaidi can just wait this out. It does not seem that Night Owl can kite out, and is able to take the first hit, and now Kaidi has a yellow puppet to work with. Okay, seems like I'm doing solo commentary here. So, yeah, let's see, but now that there's no owl, one blink, or rather does not want to use the blink here. And the thing is that this is about free Cypher, so really I feel like Hetian's plan against this Hell Ember is working for them, because like first of all they have a fast decoding speed, and second of all them having no rescuers mean they have a faster decoding speed, and yep, they're gonna respawn straight away. But Kaidi knows where the Embalmer's coffin is though, so Night Owl probably just wait for a bit, but we do see Panda in the vicinity, so ready for like a battle just to drag up more time. There is a Phantom Soul trying to bait it out one swipe, but there's still 2 more to work with, and missed another swipe though, so actually Kaidi is doing a very decent job on the Phantom Soul got it.
Yeah, I was about to say that as well. Anyways, I am back. Sorry for a bit of delay, but now Panda might actually take a hit here, but decides to use a bit of a swipe just to stall a bit more time, as we are going to be seeing here. Now the Phantom's kind of just chasing Panda away, and look at the ciphers. I mean, this is just looking tough here for Kai.
Yeah, because like the Embalmer strategy and non-rescuing strategy is working out. So right now Kaidi has to spot out where Panda is, and actually little does he know, yep, Panda's right there. Okay, got 2 swipes, but I think only one of them hit, as it's only 4 seconds. So now it's going to be like the trick that we all thought, the drop down attack trick. So let's see if this is gonna work out. Oh
my!
That's exactly what we talked about.
Managed to get down here, and now I mean, yeah, this is looking like a tie game here for the side of team what do you call this, Team Hatian, but they're actually gonna pop the cipher. This might actually, cost them the match, and all of a sudden, this might look like a 3K opportunity if you can find another survivor here. Z is going to be able to get Tinnitus here. The Acrobat is within the vicinity, only has 3-6, no 9, no 12. You are seeing the, oh my god, oh wow. Okay, and he is actually going to be using that to get the speed boost of a hit. But now all of a sudden, he's going to be able to get the blink down hit, and Kaidi may be doing the impossible here. He's probably going to be able to get the 3K here. And wow, Kaidi. I mean, that looked very dangerous there. Looked like a potential winning opportunity for Team ATG, but that pop, very surprising pop, honestly.
Honestly, I can tell you why. Because the Antiquarian does not have borrowed time.
Yeah.
So because I
I mean-
think they really did not want to risk that, because the thing is that is that with Hellenberg can land multiple hits. Like we saw how Panda failed that rescue, and with that there is a high potential that whoever comes to rescue also gets downed, or rather like they may pull the rescue or the Antiquarian gets down, and if they pop it, then it would be an even worse situation. So they decide to just secure one man and make sure that with this play they won't lose the second round.
Yep, and ATG holding on even after kind of a fumble in that early game. All of a sudden, managing to keep some of the momentum heading into this third round. And I mean, you know, the future, or it isn't like they're not out of the woods just yet. I mean, they still have a round to catch up.
Yeah,
but I mean, still
but
3 more rounds to go here potentially.
Yeah,
They still have a chance to win all of this.
Yeah, but they're still holding on because we're heading to round 3 and they only have one, and because they managed to tie this round, so they only have a 1 round deficit, which is not completely out of the woods. So they're definitely still holding on for now. So anyways, we're gonna take a quick break and we'll see everyone after the break. See you in a bit.
Goodness me, would you look at
Man
that?
lives with
Damn.
lions, yes, with lions.
Observe, imitate, communicate. These are the keys that can forge a bond closer than any other. At least, that's what I believed at the time. Animals, much like humans, are trustworthy.
Come to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into a distant memory, while reality is drowning in the abyss. The flame is on the verge of extinguishing. In order for the ceremony to proceed as planned, I chose to listen to the guidance of my ancestors in the faint light of the flame. But the journey is long, and I fear. Okay. The lighting of the flame will be the crowning moment for every athlete.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into a distant memory, while reality is drowning in the abyss. The flame is on the verge of extinguishing. In order for the ceremony to proceed as planned, I chose to listen to the guidance of my ancestors in the faint light of the flame. But the journey is long, and I fear. Okay. The lighting of the flame will be the crowning moment for every athlete.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into a distant memory, while reality is drowning in the abyss. The flame is on the verge of extinguishing. In order for the ceremony to proceed as planned, I chose to listen to the guidance of my ancestors in the faint light of the flame. But the journey is long, and I fear. Okay. The lighting of the flame will be the crowning moment for every athlete.
Welcome Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into a distant memory, while reality is drowning in the abyss. The flame is on the verge of extinguishing. In order for the ceremony to proceed as planned, I chose to listen to the guidance of my ancestors in the faint light of the flame. But the journey is long, and I fear. No! Okay. The lighting of the flame will be the crowning moment for every athlete.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into a distant memory, while reality is drowning in the abyss. The flame is on the verge of extinguishing. In order for the ceremony to proceed as planned, I chose to listen to the guidance of my ancestors in the faint light of the flame. But the journey is long, and I fear. No! Okay. The lighting of the flame will be the crowning moment for every athlete.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned.
Alright, we're going to be coming back now. So first of all, let's make a quick recap. And honestly, I think this is the reason of why this is the finals, because in the second round, Team ATG managed to tie against Team Hetian with a score of 4-4. And I think this is the first time that Team HT has faced a tie, like not win a round. So this really just proves that ATG, despite Hetian being in the winner's bracket, ATG are definitely not going to come down without a fight, as now they guaranteed them. Make sure they held themselves on, because should they have lost round 2, this would be very bad. But now, with only a 1 point deficit, they still have a chance.
Yep, and I mean, heading into this third round, I mean, we haven't seen Hetian in third round ever this tournament.
Jafet, join.
So this is gonna be kind of a fresh experience, yep. But this is gonna be pretty fresh experience. I mean,
So you can start whenever you're ready.
His other characters, yep. We've seen his other characters in other tournaments, but I mean, this is IMR, so we might see something.
Well, actually, we also talked a bit off camera as to how did that first chase end in a 3-man, and was the Antiquarian failing that rescue and they had to pop because the Antiquarian had no borrowed time and they chose the one way that would not land them a 4-man. But I think it's just unfortunate on the survivors that the Antiquarian swipes did not help the Embalmer delay it out. Sorry, we're gonna head into the band picks straight away. Oh, Jafet, you there? I guess not. So, wait, or am I disconnected? Oh no, I'm not disconnected. So, anyways, seems like Jafet has something at his end, so I'll be talking. First of all, Seer and Priestess have been banned, and both the Ivy and the Shadow have been banned here. But I don't know about you, Chinatown, selected by Team Hetian, with Hetian as the hunter. I don't know about you, but I know what this is signaling.
I do think I know as well. Also, I am back if I didn't say it already. But we are going to be seeing here, since if I missed out a bunch, we are seeing Shadow Opera Singer here from the side of Team ATG, batting them both. We already know how strong they are. We do also see they do decide to pick up the Ento, the coordinator, and the psychologist. And Hetien banning the priestess, banning the seer, banning the female dancer, and the mercenary. And I mean, this Ento is here for one reason and one reason only, I think. And that's because it counters a specific hunter Hetien has, none other than the clown.
Oh yeah, Hetien is known for his clown back before like when opera singing was even meta. Hetien is well known for his clown, and ATG definitely did their homework and they know that. That's why they selected this. And they also have the prospector here. So this is actually an interesting team comp considering the fact that they also do not have a rescuer, but I think we've seen by now that the survivors prefer to like, or rather the survivors in this tournament like to Cypher Rush and not go for any potential rescuers, as we're going to be seeing this like Entomologist and Prospector and Court Flare a support heavy team comp.
Yep, and this could be I believe Hetien also has a Bloody Queen, correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh yeah,
So-
but yeah, Bloody Queen definitely not. It's near not viable in this meta.
Yeah, I mean, you could as well because they're not. It does seem as if they're not going to be picking up the 12 here based on the names of the personas unless they're tripping me. But yeah, I mean, he could consider in this comp you can chase the not psychologist, you can chase the prospector. I guess you can kind of chase the psychologist though.
Oh.
Might take a bit longer. With Hunt, you can kind of chase the
True.
Enzo as well.
Yeah, because like remember, ladies and gentlemen, the Prospector has already been nerfed over here. Here is that now he no longer regens a magnet every 60 seconds rather than 70 seconds. So this sort of reduces like the number of magnets the Prospector have, but oh my goodness, we are seeing a completely different approach here from Hetien's side. And I don't know about you, but I think this hunter may also have issues because there's a psychologist to like tank an extra hit, and also the Prospector's magnets can cancel things out too.
Yeah, so this Hermit pick, very interesting here from the side of Team Hetien. I mean, the last time I saw a Hermit, I saw 4 Escape in Moonlit River Park. So, I mean, all I'll say is that definitely, I don't think Hetien's getting 4 Escape, at least I hope not. And we are going to be seeing here, deciding to go for these spawns here. Enzo is at top, Yus YT, the Prospector, going at the middle, and meanwhile, Coordinator and Psychologist going to be sharing a bit of space here, as we are going to be seeing the Hetien picking Hermit, sorry.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but I per my memory, I think we saw Hetien play Hermit in IVC.
I actually do not remember either. Also, very trippy. I swear, I thought Ento's build was called Tree 9, and for some reason it is 12 Tree. So
I mean, like we play tricks with that all the time. How about there's one time I called my Hunter Persona Broken Windows and Flywheel Effect.
But yeah.
Can you analyze the spawn for me, because I need to fix.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they could chase the Prospector. Like, yes, he can kind of cancel it, but at the same time, sometimes you can actually. It's kind of just all boils down to the mind game between the Hermit and the Prospector. So he could consider chasing YT here. Enzo might be able to make too much distance before he can reasonably chase him, but like in later stages of the game, he may. And he could also chase a Coordinator here. That's completely possible. But I personally think actually you just chase the Prospector here. Like, yes, he can cancel your stuns, but I also think that it really comes down to the mind game between you and a Prospector, as we are going to be heading right into this match here. Hetien playing the Hermit up against ATG Survivors, as he's immediately going to be able to connect those ciphers.
Oh yeah, because one thing with the Hermit is that there are different ways to play it. One of them like to connect straight away, one would like to like not connect until the first down, one like to chase then connect. But we see that right now YT, or rather the survivors, are in no hurries to touch the ciphers, as they're just trying to like spread out and make sure, just to analyze on the situation. Hetien going to be heading straight for where Zell and YT is, but YT is the Prospector and the Magnus can potentially cancel out the stun, so that is one thing that we should keep in mind of.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing here YT is going to be just making the rounds here. He's going to be going back within the vicinity. He may drop his first magnet very soon, but no, deciding not to just yet, manages to bait the skill here from Hetien, and now he's going to be able to drop this pallet. This is a pretty tough place. Does have warp actually from Hetien, and yes, YT being able to stall a bit more time here.
Yep, oh, is able to get hit this time as Use YT is not able to use the magnet. But the downside of that is that now Use YT has 2 magnets, and I think in theory it will be kind of hard for Hermit to get it down. That's why Hermit wanted to switch targets, but a very good communication on the survivors end as NDC already retreat out of the vicinity, and Hetian is gonna use warp over here, got stuck for a bit, is able to catch the entomologist here. Let's see, the bugs are in here, but should be able to get the stun very dangerously close here. Oh, Flywheel's facts away though. NDCR did a very great job over there cancelling out that magnet, and now Hetian currently cannot get a clean hit.
Yep, gets forced to use the first presence kill here, and does actually get the pallet stun as well. And now both Prospector, Entomologist, and Coordinator are evenly injured here, as now NDZ are going to be using his beast one more time. This is kind of difficult because, you know, Hetien, when he doesn't have his max presence just yet, I mean, NDZR can make so much distance. We are just seeing 15 seconds till his first presence is unlocked once again.
We actually did see that Hetian cancelled out the connection because he knows that the entomologist would go down 1 hit, and he did not want any survivors tanking this extra hit, so let's see. Is able to get the stun up, but let's see, can NDZR get the vault? Nope, not being able to. Down goes the entomologist. But if we look at the cipher progress, it's actually near 3.5 ciphers, so things are definitely not looking good on the Hermit side because the first chase took relatively too long, and I think its best connection is to make something count because the Coordinator actually cannot rescue right now despite she have tied, but now that he connected, she can, because I thought that he would not connect and so to scare the Core into not coming, but I guess the survivors had other ideas, or he had other ideas.
I believe they could have rescued regardless because 2 of them had the red, no? But we are going to be seeing here,
because,
going to be able...
yeah, sorry. No, because just now, the Coordinator did not have any charges on her.
Oh, I see. Anyways, we are going to be seeing
here
NDZ are going to be able to just stall a bit more time. Does get the red polarity here, as we are going to be seeing Coordinator also has it as well, so he's going to be able to take another hit here. Going to be going into Hotel and maybe able to stall just a bit more time.
Yeah, but there's warp in play though, so goes for the warp and is able to get it down. A very beautiful clean swipe on Hetian's side. So actually now it's near like a near 4 cipher situation. But the thing is that the survivors are a bit spread out, and also considering the fact that the Coordinator would go down in 1 hit. So I feel like even though the cipher progress is a lot, it's not a clean free escape though, and Hetian definitely can still play for a tie.
Yeah, we are seeing here, I believe Prospector is going to be making his way towards the Survivor here. As we are going to see, Coordinator is actually a hit away, and yep, does switch polarity just about immediately. Does manage to get the hit, but the thing is, even if you switch polarity, he's just going to turn everyone blue, and now Coordinator is probably going to be going down after he gets a hit on any one of them. Yes, YT is actually going to be the one tanking the hit, as he knows Ento's also going to get injured as well anyways.
Yeah, but the downside of doing that though is that he lets the entomologist dead on chair scot-free. So if Hetian wants to make it worth it, he has to down use YT here fast, is able to get the hit and a clean down. Hold on, even though it's only like 30% cipher remaining, I feel like the tide is starting to turn for this match because Core is down, entomologist does not dare to appear in front of the Hunter's face. So the Psychologist is the one left running, but I'm not too certain does the Psychologist go down in 1 hit too.
Yeah, I don't think he does, but we are going to see here Coordinator is going to be self-healing his way towards decoding that cipher. Now Zell is going to get caught within the vicinity. He's probably going to tank a hit. Yep, yes, you can see, able to tank one more hit, but he's going to be able to jump, yeah. But decides not to, just that.
Yeah, I thought he would teleport because NDZR actually showed himself over there. Oh, is able to stun, and down goes the Psychologist, and the Coordinator is decoding the last cipher, but actually, this is a very dangerous situation for the survivors because anyone going down can result in the Coordinator not being able to pop that cipher. So, Hetian set up the warp portal just as a threatening tactic to scare them into not decoding, but Hetian have to make it. Both Hetian and the survivors have to make their choices very carefully because 1 move can potentially turn the entire thing around.
We are going to see here Hetien finally deciding to just switch here. we are going to be seeing gets the doubt. Keep in mind, coordinator has no self-heal, but no, he's going to be chairing it. He needs to make sure that he's not going to be able to get the, maybe no one will be able to pick him up or something. Or maybe he doesn't. He's kind of concerned that he still has self-heal here. So he's going to be able to switch target, but now Cypher 95% because of the connection. Maybe he'll consider disconnecting it, maybe not.
He probably would not. He probably would not connect at all because the thing is that not connecting, then anyone that coming here will go down in one hit.
Yep.
And it's a basement, but Hutian is actually looking in a different direction though. We have to see because the prospector may try to sneak his way, but now the Hutian sees it, he cannot. I think the survivors either choose to heal up or they just pop in and play for a tie because I think it's very dangerous considering that anyone goes down in one hit and this is a basement. I feel like the best play here is to just like play for a tie and just sell, which is exactly what they're doing here.
Yep, and he does connect the gate down. Zell actually might get jumped on here by the hunter. You are going to be seeing here, yep, Hatchin decides to jump on him. And this does look like a tie scenario, though keep in mind they might be able to switch polarity here. Does decide to turn it off, but unfortunately they already kind of, they already switched polarity there, and we are going to be able to see Psychologist may be able to tank another hit. Dungeon is all the way on the other side, unfortunately, so it does seem as if it's going to be impossible. Psychologist going to be going down with that hit, and unfortunately, 4-Team Hatchin does manage to get a tie, which is pretty good. But now ATG may be a chance to win here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but... So first of all, actually I would like to applaud how well both sides did. I think both factions did very well here. Honestly, because first of all, Hutian's early game was not good, but he just like switching targets here, switching there, and just found the opening in front of the coordinator to get the tie. Like get the coordinator down in the basement to get the tie and controlling everyone's health. And for Team Hutian side, or rather Team ATG side, they also did a very good job in keeping their composure because it was actually very dangerous when everyone was like was damaged over there because one mistake can potentially turn it into a 3 to 4k, but they held their own, and in the end of the day, them deciding to pop and go for the tie is the best play they could have done because everyone would have gone down in one hit there, so it's not worth the risk there, and such a great demonstration from both sides resulted in a tie, meaning that it's still anyone's game here, Jafet.
Yeah, but I believe we're going to be going on break, Jung, so...
Yeah,
I mean, Hatchin may want to win this round, or else ATG may have an opportunity to come back in this game.
who knows? Because it's actually like 7-2 so I think next round will be the most crucial as it would decide like how this game would flow. But anyways, we're gonna head into pause, and we'll see everyone after the break. See you in a bit.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into a distant memory, while reality is drowning in the abyss. The flame is on the verge of extinguishing. In order for the ceremony to proceed as planned, I chose to listen to the guidance of my ancestors in the faint light of the flame. But the journey is long, and I fear... Go! Okay. The lighting of the flame will be the crowning moment for every athlete.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into a distant memory, while reality is drowning in the abyss. The flame is on the verge of extinguishing. In order for the ceremony to proceed as planned, I chose to listen to the guidance of my ancestors in the faint light of the flame. But the journey is long, and I fear... Go! Okay. The lighting of the flame will be the crowning moment for every athlete.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into a distant memory, while reality is drowning in the abyss. The flame is on the verge of extinguishing. In order for the ceremony to proceed as planned, I chose to listen to the guidance of my ancestors in the faint light of the flame. But the journey is long, and I fear. Okay. The lighting of the flame will be the crowning moment for every athlete.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into a distant memory, while reality is drowning in the abyss. The flame is on the verge of extinguishing. In order for the ceremony to proceed as planned, I chose to listen to the guidance of my ancestors in the faint light of the flame. But the journey is long, and I fear. Okay. The lighting of the flame will be the crowning moment for every athlete.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into a distant memory, while reality is drowning in the abyss. The flame is on the verge of extinguishing. In order for the ceremony to proceed as planned, I chose to listen to the guidance of my ancestors in the faint light of the flame. But the journey is long, and I fear. Okay. The lighting of the flame will be the crowning moment for every athlete.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into a distant memory, while reality is drowning in the abyss. The flame is on the verge of extinguishing. In order for the ceremony to proceed as planned, I chose to listen to the guidance of my ancestors in the faint light of the flame. But the journey is long, and I fear. Okay. The lighting of the flame will be the crowning moment for every athlete.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into...
Alright, hello everyone and welcome back, and oops, I forgot to change the caster screen, so sorry. So yeah, I want to introduce yourself, a quote-unquote Jafet, and I know you're not Jafet.
Hey guys, I'm Jafet. I play Clown. Yeah, I'm quite a good player, but I'm here to take over because Jafet has, I don't know, dementia.
Yeah.
I forgot my name, so I'm here now.
Yeah, it's Bunny. I subbed it out. So yeah, welcome Bunny. So Bunny's taking over for now as Jafet had some issues to handle with. And we're going to be having a quick recap, but currently, like, Team Hetian is still in the lead, but considering that round 2 is tie and round 3 is a tie, I feel like this match could have gone either way. Because if ATG wins this round, then they can potentially bring this back to square one. But if Hetian ties it up, then they'll be heading to BO4 with a round lead. Or if they win this round, then they're going to head into massive match point. But still, so this next round will be very crucial here, Bunny, because it decides how BO4 and BO5 will play out.
Yes, it's good to see ATGs, putting up a fight. BO1 at first half, Hetian, sets the momentum with a quick 5 kill. But, ATG is striking back, and they are putting up a good fight, just taking that tie, and maybe this round even, having potential to score more points against Hetian. So it's good to see that both teams are really just giving it their all. Well, it's going to be exciting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, Sota, you can start. So, actually, I talked it just now off camera that I feel like the Hetian's best opportunity was after the first down. He could have not connected the Cypher because then the court could have gone down in one hit to like put pressure on the court. But then he connected the court, touched the Cypher there. But after that though, I just was so amazed with how well both sides played, because I just felt like at the end game when everyone was damaged, it could have gone either way. Like either side could have gotten either 3-man, 4-man or 3-4K, because it only takes one mistake to change the whole outcome. But both teams held it out and it led into a tie.
Yeah, Hetian's Hermit's very strong, but maybe wasn't the best decision to connect the ciphers. Getting to the first chase taking a bit too long,
Yeah.
But it did, however, because like the coordinator was one shot, right? So
Yeah.
in that case, it might have been better for him to just not connect cipher, get for the quick down, then control ciphers later. But to each their own, Hetian's a very experienced player. Let's see what the second half brings us. Going into the ban picks,
We are going to be seeing Priestess and the Entomologist get banned here. It's very interesting though, because if you don't tell me this, I would thought it was Hetian the one banning this. Because the thing is, the Entomologist is normally stolen and selected first just because it's very good against a smiley face here. But like maybe Kaidi has a smiley face of his own. Like if he has, then I have not seen it. But we're going to be seeing the Embalmer and the Patient being selected on Hetian's side. So I think maybe Team Hetian has like sort of a plan on their own, or maybe they have some information that we do not have.
Yeah, I think Entomologist is just a pretty nice ban here because, one, Priestess is very strong. Entomologist is more towards, Wax, Spider, Clown. All these hunters really struggle with Entomologist, so it's actually quite good to get out of the way, before, after BO1 and BO2 when, you don't have Opera and you don't have IV available. Entomologist is nice to just get out of the way here. In terms of Survivor side, we're seeing Embalmer here. So, actually, Hetian playing it very safe, I would expect them to play more greedily, but maybe after
this is Kaidi.
Sorry, I meant like Hetian picking.
Hetian's Survivors, yeah.
Yeah, the Hetian Survivors.
Yeah, that confuses me sometimes too. Sorry, continue.
Don't worry about it, but yeah, just Brandon, their team is picking Embalmer very early, so maybe they are a bit, had their confidence got a bit stunted by last round, but let's see how it works out here.
Yeah,
So-
because I'm trying to like get some sort of understanding and guesses here, but I'm not really having much right now because this ban pick does not really indicate much, because we also see the Gravekeeper getting banned here. Like I'm not too certain what exactly is Kaidi trying to aim here, but I also didn't remember that Kaidi played Hellumber against Hetian in their very first matchup, so maybe they're trying to do that against it. We do see the Novelist pick on Hetian's side, which I like it, because Hetian also pulled out the Gamekeeper against Lumensomnia, so maybe this pick of the Novelist is like a potential countermeasure.
The pick of Novelist, is quite a greedy pick. You don't see it too often very early, but seeing as that Prospector has been banned, they want a bit of support, available if they happen to fall behind and need to turn it around. So maybe Embalmer is a bit of for like a stable kiting, but then they're like, we still want to be a bit greedy. That's our game plan. That's our style. We're gonna run the Novelist. We're gonna have it there for the support.
Yep, we're definitely gonna have the further support. So currently, we are waiting on Kaidi's pick. I'm wondering would he still pick out we see him play Hermit and Gamekeeper, but if it's the Hermit, then there's the potential danger of the Psychologist. If it's Gamekeeper, there's a potential danger of the Novelist though. So either Kaidi would choose to go deal with the potential counter pick here, or just pull something different entirely. We don't really know because we rarely see Kaidi play in later rounds. But I am very interested, or maybe he would play a shadow of his own too, because we also never seen that.
Yes, that's true. It would be such a gangster move to just whip out the shadow and says, I've been hiding this, I've been waiting for this moment, and just, you guys don't respect my shadow, boom, shadow, 4 kill. But I think more realistically we're seeing, okay, Gamekeeper, I was about to say the more easier to learn hunters like Gamekeeper, Spider, maybe Naya here, I think they're all pretty viable. And Gamekeeper here isn't that bad, but it's not great because Novelist is one of the best, supporting against the Gamekeeper.
Yeah.
Not only can you flat wheel a trap and then go into the pallet change stun. Gamekeeper in general is a bit weak against support and PayPal, which means means two person kiting.
Yeah, 2-person kiting, exactly. Especially with Novelist, because Novelist can wait for the Gamekeeper's hook to fly out, then chooses to instantly swap, then boom, Gamekeeper's hook will enter cooldown, and that's a massive counter. I guess I should have seen this one coming when Kaidi here has banned the Gravekeeper, because Gravekeeper counters Gamekeeper. But I guess here he let his indication out too clear, and that's why Hetian countered that with the Novelist.
Okay, going into area select here, we're seeing they're actually placing Novelist in quite a risky spot. Instead of they're choosing to protect the Psychologist, and the patient's there at a pretty normal spot, but they're putting the Psychologist close to Big House. So they're probably valuing the heal a bit more than the safety of the Novelist, because Novelist isn't that bad against Gamekeeper, just in the neutral, just first chase. Because if he hooks them, he can switch temporarily to, give him a quick speed boost, get out of the range. When he gets hooked, he also has a flywheel probably to work with. Sorry, I can't really see the game screen right now. Can you?
Oh, are you not?
No, you're not inviting me. Yeah,
wait, you're not invited in the game?
No, I'm just watching the screen.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I forgot. I'll invite you next time. But yeah, we can.
We're seeing flywheel for the Psychologist. Yeah, flywheel for Novelist and Psychologist, and they're bringing Embalmer without borrow time here.
Yeah.
So Embalmer is kind of there to take the pressure from center. But interestingly, he's chosen to go for flywheel instead of broken windows, which is quite a risky move, but it does work out considering he did go against the Gamekeeper. So quite a risky move, but it paid off. See how it works here.
Yeah.
Gamekeeper's going to spawn bottom, so Embalmer's likely going to take first chase.
Alright, we're going to be heading into the game now, and hold on. You can see now, right?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I'll get you in next game. Yeah. Anyways, so we can see that. Oh, Christmas tree. There we go. Kaidi just gonna start wandering around here. Use the first hook, just to get close, and it's heading straight towards Yuki's Embalmer, but misses the second hook though, which is a bit of would not be too good on Kaidi's part, which means that he'll have to rely on raw foot. And we can see that this round Yuki is playing the Embalmer rather than Night Owl, and Kaidi here just continue to slowly chase. And hold on, is it just me, or does this Gamekeeper not have any
attention? Gamekeeper.
He only has detention. He does not have trump card. He does not have confined space, and he does not have insolence.
So quite a greedy move here. I'm assuming he's put points into anti-stun and into berserk That's why he forgoes the trump card. But he does get the first hit here quite fast, actually, considering that, most of the team from Hurricane were all rotating for the early game. Instantly goes for the warp, gets the down. That is beautiful. Yuki wasn't able to react in time with the flywheel, even though she had it. That was just a very nice warp. There wasn't even a line of sight directly to the survivor. He just guesses, predicts blindly and actually gets it. So very nice play from him. We're probably gonna see the coffin being used for the second rescue, considering that the first rescue they want to use the tide turner to make sure they get all the way across the map diagonally from the coffin, and then we're gonna see the coffin used for second rescue.
Yeah.
So patient is not going.
That's definitely their plan right now, and with this fast amount of time, it's actually not looking good on the survivor's end right now. So we can see there's a bit of a hook mind game here. Oh, goes for the hook, gets the hook, so still trying to mind game a terror shock, but watch out, the bloodline is very close, but if able to pull it off, we definitely have to applaud how well did Panda pull that off, being very safe. But right now, Yuki definitely will have to die away from her Cypher as far as possible, or else the coffin won't be too effective. And here goes for a through the window hook, not being able to, and is able to get through the second hook. So Yuki,
this coffin is gonna have 0 value because the coffin is literally just right there. Yeah, Yuki chooses to use it right away because use it right now, she can go to the pallet at the bottom of the tail and she has her flywheel available. So Kaidi might not actually expect this flywheel here because he thinks that he probably has broken windows but just hasn't had a chance to use it. But no, he does have flywheel, so this hook might be actually dodged here. 3, 2, 1, going for the hook around the corner. Doesn't get it.
No, he did not have line of sight.
3, 2, 1, hook, flywheel.
Another one. Oh, let's see, flywheel.
Oh, no flywheel. Yuki's gonna take the flywheel to her death here.
Yeah, I think it was just unfortunate on Yuki's end that she was not able to use the flywheel effect. And now because that Kaidi has brought warp over here, so now you can potentially warp to one of the other 2 ciphers. But I think this is looking more to the target. Let's see which cipher is this one. Oh, fortunately for the survivors, this is the cipher with fewer progress, so they can easily have the psychologist start another one. So let's see, is Panda able to dodge the hook? Is able to dodge the first one? Is able to dodge this one? Is able to.
Was just a bit off. If you walked half a step more onto the stairs, you would have gotten that. But here's really where we see the benefit of Embalmer from Survivor's side, right? So Embalmer, just the second rescue, no one has go for him. Everyone's decoding, and even though the down was very quick, as soon as warp was off cooldown, ciphers are almost ready. 50% is not a lot here.
Yeah,
Heidi's pressure as well.
They only had half in cipher remaining, and that's the strength of it. Also, Panda gonna go down there. Oh, it seems like that trap that Kaidi placed was a bit off. So this allowed the Panda to kite around even longer. Another hook chance. This time able to get the hook. But the fortunate thing on the survivor's end is that every survivor remaining on the field has borrowed time. So this means that there's no danger at all, and they can potentially have the novelist to come in play, just to have the novelist assist endgame. Because as we mentioned before, the novelist trading spots can make Kaidi's hook miss entirely.
Yeah, so warp is actually going to be off cooldown soon, so I think we're going to see a rescue as fast as possible. Going to try to save the book for endgame. Does get the save without getting hit. Cypher pops. Now Panda actually has potential of going for dungeon because they know that the dungeon is there while they're decoding, and he still has 1 hook on his hand. So Kaidi can't actually commit too much to the patient here. He has to keep his options open in case the patient does make a miracle kite.
Oh!
That was nice. Okay, no, unfortunately, he does get the hook past the short obstacle, and we're probably gonna see
warp.
a draw. Oh wait, no, he warped the gate. He warped the gate. Send him back. He's gonna send him back.
Yeah, but the novelists have to hold this one out. The novelists have to hold at least for the patient itself here. But the novelist does have the swap trade to work with. Oh, it's gonna swap straight away. This is just safest thing possible. But the danger of doing that though is that he's sort of kited back to where the area of where the patient is. So this would put, if he goes down fast, then Kaidi can pick up the patient. This may be a free man. So all hands are on the novice, but Kaidi misses that hook. So this allows the patient to get back up. And now Kaidi lost his best opportunity for free man.
5 or 10 seconds. He has to kill him right here, or else novice can go for dungeon.
Oh yeah, but they still have considerable distance though.
Hook. Gets the hook. Okay, so no dungeon unfortunately, but considering patient had a hook there, he might have been able to hook the gate immediately after running for 5 seconds. So the dungeon was actually closer than you probably think. So after quite a back and forth, it does end up in a draw. But both teams showing that they do have the tenacity to keep going at it, even though like the game might not have worked out at the start, especially from Team Clotian. Even though like Embalmer died immediately, was able to turn into a 3-man endgame and to a draw. So if you're Team Clotian, you're not that happy. You only got a draw there, but you're happy that even though you died instantly, with like 45 seconds, you do get a draw.
Yeah, honestly, I looking back, I realized that it could have worked in either way. Like, we saw that the novelist, if he kited a bit longer, he could have exited through the dungeon, but Kaidi also had a chance towards a 3-man elimination. Because when the novelist was kiting, he kited towards the area where Panda was. If he'd gone down over there, then a gamekeeper can pick up the patient, and this would be a 3-man. And it was the fact that PP managed to hold it out for that long gave Panda the opening he needs to stop here and run away. And another thing that maybe when he warped to the gate for the first time, he could instantly drop a trap at the gate, then continue to pursue the novelist. Because what will happen with that is that after the novelist brings him back towards where the patient was, he can pick up back the patient, and because there is still a trap there, the novelist cannot go through the gate, then he can try to get the novelist. Maybe he had a larger chance there, but it just could have gone either way for both teams.
Another possible play from the survivor side this time was that if Kaiti warped very close to the gate, the novelist could use his novel and send him back into the warp, which is guarantee the draw as well. So if he warped very close, intending to place the trap, the novelist can say, nope, back, Uno reverse card. You go back to where you were. Yeah.
But that he has to react very fast. He has to swap the moment, almost the moment he comes, and just he has to be very precise, which is very hard. So that one is very hard, to be fair.
Flywheel the first hit, and then the flywheel ends up putting it in the portal, and then
Yeah, but honestly, all this just shows that how this game could have gone either way on both sides, and it's another tie. So we're heading into round 4 right now, and currently Hetian still has the first round lead, but Team ATG is definitely not going to go down without a fight. So anyways, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll see everyone after the break. See you in a bit.
Back in a bit.
Yep.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into a distant memory, while reality is drowning in the abyss. The flame is on the verge of extinguishing. In order for the ceremony to proceed as planned, I chose to listen to the guidance of my ancestors in the faint light of the flame. But the journey is long, and I fear. Go! Okay. The lighting of the flame will be the crowning moment for every athlete.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into a distant memory, while reality is drowning in the abyss. The flame is on the verge of extinguishing. In order for the ceremony to proceed as planned, I chose to listen to the guidance of my ancestors in the faint light of the flame. But the journey is long, and I fear. Go! Okay. The lighting of the flame will be the crowning moment for every athlete.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into a distant memory, while reality is drowning in the abyss. The flame is on the verge of extinguishing. In order for the ceremony to proceed as planned, I chose to listen to the guidance of my ancestors in the faint light of the flame. But the journey is long, and I fear. Go! Okay. The lighting of the flame will be the crowning moment for every athlete.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into a distant memory, while reality is drowning in the abyss. The flame is on the verge of extinguishing. In order for the ceremony to proceed as planned, I chose to listen to the guidance of my ancestors in the faint light of the flame. But the journey is long, and I fear. Go! Okay. The lighting of the flame will be the crowning moment for every athlete.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into a distant memory, while reality is drowning in the abyss. The flame is on the verge of extinguishing. In order for the ceremony to proceed as planned, I chose to listen to the guidance of my ancestors in the faint light of the flame. But the journey is long, and I fear. Go! Okay. The lighting of the flame will be the crowning moment for every athlete.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into a distant memory, while reality is drowning in the abyss. The flame is on the verge of extinguishing. In order for the ceremony to proceed as planned, I chose to listen to the guidance of my ancestors in the faint light of the flame. But the journey is long, and I fear. Go! Okay. The lighting of the flame will be the crowning moment for every athlete.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into a distant memory, while reality is drowning in the abyss. The flame is on the verge of extinguishing. In order for the ceremony.
And we're back from the break. We are about to head into potentially the last match of this entire tournament. So it's good to see, everyone here today. You have joined us at just the correct time. As you can see here, a series of draws in both the second BO and the third BO have led to this potentially being the last match, because it's now match point for Team He Tian.
Yes, now it's He Tian's team match point, because Because, like, first of all, despite ATG managed to tie up both round 2 and round 3, but they currently still have to repay the debt of the 7-2 in round 1 there. And the thing is that if He wins this round, then it'll be over because ATG now only have 2 rounds of remaining time to like repay their 7-2 debt here. So in one way or another, either they have to win round 4 or round 5, or repay a 7-2 in one round. Either way, their time is running limited, as He can just drag this out with more ties too.
And Zhong, He Tian is starting off as Hunter. Even though he maybe doesn't have Ivy and Opera available, he still has Anne, he still has like Hermit. He has a lot of hunters that can draw here. And if he even gets a draw, it'll be like astronomically difficult for ATG to come back.
Yeah, so you can start, by the way. Yeah.
Which means that ATG survivors have a very big task ahead of them. Let's see how they take on the pressure.
Oh yeah, because definitely, we've actually seen that both He Tian, first of all, He Tian himself has not lost a single match. He never got free escaped even once in this tournament. For Team He Tian survivors, they also always at least get a tie. The only time we saw them didn't fail to get a tie or above was today against the Hell Ember, and this just shows that both factions of Team He Tian are looking good. So it'll be very hard to get a breakthrough on them both, as we're going to be heading into the ban picks, and Team ATG's time, as I mentioned, they're holding their own in the later rounds, but time is running short for them as they only have 2 rounds of time remaining to repay the 7-2 debt. As we can see the global bans for ATG, as they have no longer got Prisoner, Puppeteer, Journalist, Magician, Ento, and Cord in their favor.
Yeah, like Cord being quite important here, as long as Entomologist as well, not having access to that kind of hurts the support. And Red Church being a small map, you're going to have to use the center part a lot, with the center part being like a very good place to support your teammates during kiting. So maybe we're going to see something else like the Dancer, maybe a bit of Toy Merchant, probably not though, like something...
Not in this map.
Oh, yeah.
This is Red Church, no way.
Yeah, that Dancer is not seeing the light of day here.
No, I mean Toy Merchant, because you mentioned Toy Merchant, and I'm like, not in Red Church.
yeah, but the Dancer here getting banned. I'm probably gonna expect to see, some sort of like support from ATG, because they have to be very, very greedy here. So maybe something like Prospector or Batter. The first 2 picks here we're seeing Barmaid and Prospector.
Yeah.
So
as you mentioned,
gotta get the support. Gotta get the OB, because you gotta be very greedy. And I actually quite like these 2 picks here. The first one, because they banned Anne, they can hedge more towards protecting against Hermit. So immediately choosing Barmaid, not giving a chance to be banned, and then they have to be greedy. So they're like, we're gonna trick Prospector. It's the best. Along with Batter being like 2 of the best greedy characters. Batter might be a bit more risky because you have the slow decoding, but Prospector, one of the best options here. Acrobat as well, very good kiting character. So they're actually working very well towards, making He Tian's options a lot more limited.
Yeah, so moving on, let's see. Moving on, we do see the Acrobat selected, and the Aeroplanist has been banned here. So it seems that He Tian does not want the Aeroplanist to come in like a secondary rescuer, and because he can do a secondary rescue while also sort of have a decoding buff on his own, and we're going to be seeing a Seer being selected. And since we're already at round 4, there's no more like global bans here, so that the survivors can go full on all out with their team comps. And this is again a no rescuing team comp, because as we note throughout the day is that teams here seem to favor decoding speed above rescuers. As we're waiting on He Tian's selection, we did see him with the Hermit earlier, but I feel like Hermit against this team comp is going to be significantly hard, as there is a Seer's Owl, Barmaid's White, and Prospector's Magnus that can all give the Hermit a hard time.
Yeah, so from the perspective of He Tian, he only has to go for a draw here, so we might see something like Spider. It's good against Prospector, it's good against Barmaid, because, you can just save up when he actually tries to heal. You can try to disrupt it because you're saving up all that, web. But He Tian hasn't played Spider very often, we might see something like maybe probably not wax. Maybe the Geisha. No, Geisha gets countered here.
Yeah, Geisha
So, yeah.
not here. Too many is too hard.
So I'm actually like, honestly not sure what He Tian's gonna pick here. Like, I see an argument for maybe Night Watch. I could see maybe Spider. You know, Spider's pretty good, but I'm not too sure he's gonna pick it. But in general, I think this ban pick is pretty good from the side of ATG. I would have probably liked to see a Rescuer, maybe because Merc's still available, and Merc's very just naturally strong. Okay, Bonbon here. So Prospector not gonna get a lot of value. Seer's gonna get targeted a lot. But he's basically have to chase the Seer and Prospector first.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
others are a bit harder to chase.
Yeah, that's for certain. But I guess here that He Tian from Team He Tian is obviously eavesdropping and realizes that he does only need to go for a tie. That's why he chose Bonbon, which is the king of ties here. Because oh, my bad, I forgot to fix the scoreboard properly. So yeah, can you talk for a bit while I add the scoreboard back?
So Bonbon's gonna, be looking to get that early kill and just probably defend it until he dies. So, which means from the persona perspective, right? He might not even like need to go for like bring warp and go for the early down. He can probably even just bring blink, just get the down as long as like 76, 80 seconds. Because he's not going for because if you're gonna play Bonbon for a win, right? It's very different from playing Bonbon for a draw. So he can be very, very simple. Just bring Blink or even bring Teleport and what's it called, 淬火.
Yeah.
The one that reveals everyone after a while, just to see. I don't want to meet the Acrobat. I can meet everyone except for the Acrobat pretty well. So he can even go 淬火 and bring Warp as well, so that at 50 seconds you get a kill.
Yeah.
But let's see from perspective, a Persona side from ATG. Everyone's bringing broken windows. That is the correct thing to do. Acrobat, the strongest kiter in the team, is gonna bring the
Tie Turner.
we're gonna bring Tie Turner here. So
Yeah. Sorry.
I think the bird from the Seer, right, is gonna be used in combination with the Dovelet from Barmaid. So if Barmaid gets the first chase, she can probably kite for 70 plus 80 seconds. So I think that the Bonbon is gonna actually go towards the Prospector here, who's near Graveyard.
Yeah, because Prospector already got a nerf in this meta. But I'm actually a bit concerned for He Tian here because it does seem that in theory, yes, in team comp wise, He Tian's Bonbon is in favor, but it does seem that the survivors were ready with this Guard 26 from their team comp selection because everyone having broken windows, so they can easily increase the distance. And He Tian missing that first bomb, unfortunately for him, allowing the Seer to create some distance, as now He Tian will have to think carefully on who is his actual first chase, which may be this Barmaid.
Yeah, definitely not the Seer there, because there, if you have Seer and you have broken windows, it is such a long loop that it's very hard for Bomber to do anything about, because the structure is just too long. You see He Tian respecting the loop, destroying the pallet, even though wasting a lot of time. Going for the Barmaid. Now the Barmaid's also going to have this this owl to work with, so she's most definitely going to get her health back, which means that she can actually transition very far because she's not afraid of this first hit here. Gonna go towards Graveyard or maybe towards 2 pallet 1 window.
I actually just wanted to note that it seems to me that He Tian's bombs placements were a little bit off, because we can see that he had a few bombs where he hit against the wall and is able to get the chip here, though. He does have a remote bomb!
The bird's there, the bird's there. The Seer gets the bird just in time to save the Barmaid. Barmaid's gonna get her health back, but there is still a chance for a bomb plus normal attack here, so Barmaid's gonna have to look to dodge the bomb. But He Tian cannot let him go too far without taking a hit. Dodges. Oh, immediately gets the connection and immediately downs her. What a beautiful second connection here. You can see the Barmaid actually expected the bomb going a bit forward, so walks back. He Tian predicts the double back and then gets the immediate kill. What a nice play from He Tian there.
Yeah, and actually that bomb will be very crucial, because at that point of time, He Tian does not have any bombs remaining in his hand. Should he have missed that chain connection there, then the Barmaid, he'll be forced to hit the Barmaid could have second kited, but because he got the connection, got the down, he now positioned himself in a tying chance, because I'm more than certain that the survivors would not come to rescue, because they do not have a single person in the team that can guarantee a rescue in front of Bonbon. But we do see that the survivors are not sending anyone to prop Tinnitus, and this gave the opening for He Tian to go and pressure the Cypher, the church.
Yeah, the church cipher here can actually be pressured very easily by just walking to the entrance of the church and placing a bomb there. And Zell, like the acrobat here, really needs to actually put a bit more pressure on He Tian. It's a bit good for him in a way that He Tian's not going actively too far from the cipher, but from this position, he can actually disrupt the cipher in middle breakable as well if he wishes to do so. So Zell playing a bit more backwards, a bit more safe, trying to deny the second chase. So we're probably going to see... there is a way to rescue against Bonbon, but it's very risky as acrobat. It's the fireball, and then immediately rescue, basically.
Yeah, but that is very risky, as you
It
mentioned.
is very risky. Yeah.
And right now, actually, we can see that He Tian's pressuring USYT, and I am a little bit concerned for the survivors of the cipher progress, because actually, if you look at the ciphers, there's one at the big brokens and two at the small brokens and one at the church, and actually the ciphers are dangerously close towards each other, so the survivors will have to be looking to break the cipher lock situation as soon as possible.
Going towards church now, looking for a few chips on the acrobat. Acrobat's probably going to use the white ball here. Doesn't actually use it, ends up being rewarded because He Tian turns away immediately. Going after the seer now, but doesn't exactly know where he is. Probably going to take a bit more time to find the seer.
Like, yeah, honestly, Bunny, just look at this. These four ciphers are like all stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, but we're seeing like near perfect play from Team ATG here, where they're all alternating pressure. They're not even using any of their skills. Like the prospector just used his magnet speed boost, which is the one you get with being close to a cipher to escape, and then acrobat just pinches the ball, makes He Tian thinks he's gonna use it, but doesn't use it. So they're actually like very rich in terms of like props here, in terms of like items.
Oh yeah,
Okay. Again, speed boost. Window speed boost, dodges the hit, dodges 3 bombs. Gets the magnet, going to knock him back aside, and now Seer and Acrobat need to decode very fast because this prospector is not going to last long.
Yeah, I mean the last cipher 61%. He Tian. Oh, it seems that He Tian wants to go back towards that cipher, but I'm not too certain if that's the best play because like he has no trump card in this game, so by doing so, the survivors can slowly but surely like get the ciphers done because we can see that he's actually not causing much damage on top of the survivors. He only gained 1 chip on the prospector, and him pressuring the acrobat for long, he didn't even force a bomb. But hold on, acrobat already got a chip, so he cannot afford to get chipped once. We can see the ciphers being started at the far end. The acrobat will have to be very careful in where he kites. And nice attempt though.
He now needs to be careful of he doesn't actually know how much the last cipher is. Like when he walked by top breakable last time, it was about 50%, but he doesn't know if there's anyone on it right now. So he's thinking, I should probably be slow here and only go for a bomb chip. You see, he's not going for normal hit, he just go for a bomb chip. But in this case, it's actually working against him because it's not actually primed yet. And then He Tian probably thinks it's close to prime.
Yeah, but now he's gonna go after the prospector, and honestly, I think here He Tian probably...
Oh, this is the flywheel! The magnet.
There's no flywheel.
Cancel the magnet.
Prospector had no flywheel. So yeah, they're gonna pop it straight away, and I think He Tian's play is that he has to commit himself, find a target to eliminate and ensure the tie, because at this point of time, he there's no chance for him to get 3 to 4 men. But the thing is that Prospector still has, after this magnet is done, he still has 1 more magnet to work with though. So He Tian will have to be very careful, and He Tian knows where the dungeon is, so he has to position himself to make sure that the Prospector has no like clean way towards the dungeon. But here we can see that Yoswati missing that magnet, so He Tian can finally go for Blink and gets it down. And this is a standard tying game with Bonbon because towards the middle game, the 3 survivors on the field did a very good job in making sure that they never get down. And as a result, He Tian never can really like bring their item and health down. So the survivors definitely held their own after the barmaid went down very fast.
Yeah, so here we're seeing the good way of using Blink instead of using Warp, right? He knows he only needs to go for a draw, so he doesn't need the Warp for the second chase. Because if he has the Blink here, right, he just goes for 1 person after he eliminates the first person, and he has a guaranteed draw. But if he were to be a bit more greedy, it does make his mid-game a bit easier, but it does kind of like compromise the potential of, having the guaranteed kill. So He Tian, even though not getting that much in the mid game done, he's able to guarantee this draw, able to do this for like the sake of the big argument, just having the draw there. So now his survivors, as long as they draw, they win.
Not just yet, because should they draw?
There's three escape.
Yeah, they need a free escape to win this. But if it's a draw, they still need to return that 7-2. But yeah, anyways, we're going to be taking a quick break as we're heading into the BO4 second half, where there is a potential for things to end. But we have to see how the BO4 second half ends. So we're taking a quick break, and we'll see everyone after the break. See you in a bit.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into a distant memory, while reality is drowning in the abyss. The flame is on the verge of extinguishing. In order for the ceremony to proceed as planned, I chose to listen to the guidance of my ancestors in the faint light of the flame. But the journey is long, and I fear. Go! Okay. The lighting of the flame will be the crowning moment for every athlete.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into a distant memory, while reality is drowning in the abyss. The flame is on the verge of extinguishing. In order for the ceremony to proceed as planned, I chose to listen to the guidance of my ancestors in the faint light of the flame. But the journey is long, and I fear. Go! Okay. The lighting of the flame will be the crowning moment for every athlete.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into a distant memory, while reality is drowning in the abyss. The flame is on the verge of extinguishing. In order for the ceremony to proceed as planned, I chose to listen to the guidance of my ancestors in the faint light of the flame. But the journey is long, and I fear. Go! Okay. The lighting of the flame will be the crowning moment for every athlete.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into a distant memory, while reality is drowning in the abyss. The flame is on the verge of extinguishing. In order for the ceremony to proceed as planned, I chose to listen to the guidance of my ancestors in the faint light of the flame. But the journey is long, and I fear. Go! Okay. The lighting of the flame will be the crowning moment for every athlete.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into a distant memory, while reality is drowning in the abyss. The flame is on the verge of extinguishing. In order for the ceremony to proceed as planned, I chose to listen to the guidance of my ancestors in the faint light of the flame. But the journey is long, and I fear. Go! Okay. The lighting of the flame will be the crowning moment for every athlete.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field has turned into a distant memory, while reality is drowning in the abyss. The flame is on the verge of extinguishing. In order for the ceremony to proceed as planned, I chose to listen to the guidance of my ancestors in the faint light of the flame. But the journey is long, and I fear. Go! Okay. The lighting of the flame will be the crowning moment for every athlete.
Welcome to the Aquatic Games! Let's give a big round of applause to the host.
I'm holding this event to honor the tradition of the flame and fulfill our family's mission. But all the glory on the field.
Back from the break. Everyone who's watching, we are now potentially in the last game of the entire tournament. Stay tuned, it's going to be an exciting match. We have Team He survivors against ATG's Hunter. Their Hunter has to, probably get a 3 kill. If they draw, it's not over yet, but the 7-2 advantage of 5 points is too great to, overcome in just 1 BO, which means that this match will just decide the entire course of the rest of the tournament. Team ATG probably has to go for a 3 kill here, so that next round they can win on big points, because it's very hard to get back in a small point disadvantage.
Yeah, but don't forget for Team He, as you mentioned, if it's a free escape, they'll be over on spot because they already won round 1, and all it takes is for them to also win round 4. Then it will be over immediately as ATG can no longer catch up. So this means that this may be the last match. They can either try and free escape and end this here and then, or they can just take this at a time and make it hard for ATG to return the 5-point deficit. It depends on how they want to play this, but we're going to be heading into like the game very soon. But every game matters. Sotet, you can begin. So yep. Sotet's whack means that he knows. So yeah, I'm just very excited to see it because like honestly, this last match here is definitely showing everyone why these two teams deserve in the finals. We've seen that Team He has a very smooth run all the way, dominating every match they played. But in this specific match, Team He did a very good job in holding their own, or rather ATG did a good job in holding their own. So this really just leaves who's gonna win out of the favor.
Alright, heading into the ban picks here, we can see that, Team He doesn't have the Seer, doesn't have the Embalmer to work with, so that this match will actually be a bit more hard for them to draw, just, from playing characters, so it's going to be up to playstyle. So the Embalmer, the king of drawing is in permabans. I'm probably thinking that Kai is going to be banning Priestess here, and something, maybe Dancer, maybe some other support character, we see Priestess is being banned here, and Team He is probably going to probably not pick any support characters right away. Probably gonna, pick the Rescuer, make sure that they're stable game. Because they don't, they are in advantage right now, Team He and the survivors. They don't need to pick very risky. You see, Forward and Priestess being banned, so probably will be Dancer and a Rescuer, I'm thinking. But First Officer and Mercenary are still both available. So in terms of, kind of like mind gaming the VOs, you don't actually have to pick Rescuer just yet. You're probably going to be satisfied with, just having one or the other, just out of Priestess and, out of First Officer and Mercenary. We're seeing Prospector here first,
And also the mechanic.
Okay, these are the two signature picks of, for those who don't know, these are the two, hit picks of Panda and Yuki. So, perfectly lining it up there. Probably going to be these two players, Panda on Prospector, and Yuki is probably going to be playing Mechanic. PP and Night Owl, they could go either way. They could play, Night Owl could play something like Cheerleader. PP could be playing Rescue probably. So I'm expecting maybe Cheerleader to be banned here, I think.
I actually just received the news that, unfortunately for Kaidi, he ran out of time for the third ban, so his third ban ended up voided.
Oh shit!
No, sorry, please.
No. Oh no! That's not great for Kaidi, which means now not only can he not contest this support character pick, he won't be able to being a postman here actually being interesting.
Oh my goodness, this is a Cypher Rushing com. This is so obvious that He Tian wants to end this right here.
Yeah, they're looking for a 3 escape, so a bit risky, but they're saying that her time is valuable. It's a Sunday afternoon, great to be doing something else. Let's just end this right here. We're confident. We're ready to fight. Bring it on.
Yeah.
See what PP's what rescue is gonna be picked here. So most likely, I'm thinking Mercenary because it's just more stable against more hunters. What if Kaidi pulls out an An right on your First Officer? Then you're kind of screwed. So probably gonna be going for the Mercenary here. Dancer gets banned as the last pick. Not a great ban, I think, at this point, because there's already Prospector and Postman on the board. But probably a Rescuer here. Probably silent. Oh, Batter! Batter being picked here is interesting. Maybe a bit overloaded on the stun aspect, but if Kaidi doesn't play a this basically means that we have 3 stuns, 2 very big stuns. Excitement isn't gonna do much. So basically, it's gonna do quite a bit from the Hunter side. If he picks Excitement, it's basically this is basically forcing him to pick Excitement, right? Otherwise, he has to pick Hunter that naturally counters the stuns. Things like Anne, things like maybe Spider. But these,
actually, just now, Team He Tian scared me for a second because I saw them flashing around the character and they flashed my mind's eye for a split moment and was like, what? But thank goodness that was not. So yeah, actually now that we're seeing here, they either Excitement, they can choose the Soul Weaver, and I think Jafet, oh never mind, I was about to say Jafet told me earlier that He Tian has a Bloody Queen, but this is not He Tian. So let's see, the Gamekeeper has not been banned, but I can see Gamekeeper having a massive trouble against this team comp, considering how fast this decoding team comp is, and Red Church is not a map where the Gamekeeper is particularly strong at, so it seems that Kaidi will be selecting a Guard 26 on his own, but there is a potential danger with this, because as I talked about this before, is that camping hunters in general have the same weakness, and that's Cypher Rush, which this team is hello, Cypher Rush.
It's worth noting here that the synergy between the Mechanic and the stunners, Mechanic, you can just sit on the ground and decode, and you don't have to, while they're supporting, you don't have to self heal. You can just decode. So it's worth noting that Mechanic might not actually be the best first case here, because Mechanic will hide her doll, someone will come support, and in the case that to each their own, right? It's Bon. It's very hard to OB at all. But if they do, right, there's more benefit to having the Mechanic be the person on the ground. So let's see the spawn choice here. Placing it's Yuki on Postman and Owl on Mechanic. So
hold on. There's not a single survivor with Ty Turner.
Yes. So I think the idea behind that is that they're picking a stun heavy survivor comp, right? Naturally, this means that the hunter must pick something that's very counter stun. Think maybe Anne or but they ban Anne, right? Or they ban Hermit. I think maybe Anne, Soul Weaver, Bon, Sculptor. And because these hunters are naturally more defensive, they're what if we just don't rescue? We can sell, right? That's maybe the second layer of this plan. If the game is not favorable, they can fight. But if they don't want to fight because the hunter's defensive, they just sell. Like maybe it's like a night watch, right? Or something that's very geared towards going for more kills. Think fast, right? Something like Geisha, something like Night Watch, they can fight. But if it's not something that can fight, it's something that like they don't want to fight, they can just sell. So
for certain.
The more I read into it, this is actually a pretty good plan from Team Hetian.
Yeah, but the only... Yeah, so I can see that, but the only potential risk I can see that what happens if you are in a position where you must come and rescue. Like, I can see them going full on kiting and like screw rescuing because maybe they foresaw this Guard 26. But what happens if you're in a position where you must rescue, but because you have no time, you're not able to bring away from like let's say the Dakota Ciphers. There's always that risk. So I think that this team comp from Team Hetian is a little bit risky, but I guess in the meantime they foresaw this Guard 26. That's why they chose this team comp.
Alright, we're seeing a complete mirror of the last game here. So same skin, same spawn position. But in this case, we're going into a pause.
In this case, we're going to a pause.
In this case, he's going after a mechanic instead of the prospector near graveyard. But we're going into a pause, so we'll be back in a bit. We're gonna go check up on that. Don't worry, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna be back in just a second.
Yeah. So hold on while I try and understand the situation so far. But I just feel like the difference of this comp and last comp is that this comp, the decoding speed is much, much faster. But I should just realize if we look at the personas is that they do not have that many. They have like 2 flywheel effects, and that is a bit dangerous because flywheel effects does not work that well against the Guard 26. So this would always be a danger.
Yes, so we're seeing the servers that are quite confident in their own ability. They're like, oh, let's bring flywheel. It's the cooler thing to bring, but here it's not working out great for them. So
yeah. So I think here is that why I mentioned that no tide turner is a risk, because even if you're planning to sell, it's sort of like the tide turner is sort of like the rock foundation. Like you may not need it every time, but you may not need like a solid tide turner and solid rescuer every time. But what happens if you're in a situation where you need? Asnaya dropped the bot straight away, but now his bot got spotted out. So let's see what is his option. Oh, plays around for the bot for a bit.
And that will perfectly times the perfectly measures out the amount of aggro he's taking for both sides, and he manages to save not only save the doll, waste the hunter's time, but also put himself in a better position. But Mechanic is just naturally weak at kiting, so he is probably gonna die in the next 5 seconds. Oh my god, now doesn't look backwards, he keeps walking forwards. He thinks the Guard 26 is gonna loop, walking towards the prospector here.
Oh! Alright then.
And it's disaster from Team Hetian. They've completely thrown away their advantage.
Yeah.
No more magnets. He already used both of them, and this is the prospector side where he's gonna be forced to go towards graveyard when someone's already decoding. Oh my god, are we seeing Team ATG going to maybe even going into the last game with advantage here? Because this is what you said, Jong. They have to come rescue now, as in they sell here.
First of all, they can sell, but I'm selling the first one is not an issue, but the issue comes from the second rescue. So now that this first down occurs too fast, they cannot afford for the second down to be fast too. And actually, just now, the mechanic, when he could have slammed the first pallet he entered, because we see that he entered the first pallet, he did not slam and got hit between the first and the second pallet. And I checked back then, and he had ample distance to try and slam the first pallet instead. So Yuki's postman is in the vicinity, but I don't think she'll be trying to rescue just here to drag for time. But no, it does seem like they want to rescue here, but this seems to be a bit risky because there'll be multiple downs and the time is ticking for them too.
Tries to push him away, doesn't get it due to the angling the chair, gets the mechanic immediately. Now it's time for Panda to activate his primal instinct of I need to protect his teammate, I'm gonna do everything I can. Flywheel to hit. Okay, takes 1 bomb and it's fine. 2 bombs here available for Guard 26, gonna put him in this cross pattern. Decides to go more greedy, gets the hit, goes for the swing a bit too early, uses the blink here. I was thinking that he would first swing and then extend it with the blink, but doesn't get the first time. The second time, Brandon charges up, Panda charges up his swing, but doesn't react to the blink in time. So this is just disaster from Team Hetien. Like, mechanic is gone. Someone needs to, no one can really pick up the doll to continue decoding because they all have their own props, right? Which means that they're gonna be at least half a cipher short here.
Yeah, and the thing is that tries to go for the bite over there because as we know the postman got buffed there. But actually, yeah, this is actually a bit disastrous for Team Hetien right now because the thing is that the cipher got disrupted. I think the batter going down there really sealed the deal because if the batter still did not go down, they can still play this one slow and drag this out. But the fact that now that the batter goes down, then the second chair, then their ciphers are not enough at all, and they can't really play for a tie anymore.
And this batter doesn't have borrowed time. He's like a dead man walking. There's literally no way to keep him alive. Like we're seeing Team Hetien's overconfidence kind of work against them here. PPX's prospector. I know he loves playing it, but personally, he still needs a bit of flywheel is a hit. Doesn't get close to the chair for the second. No, he doesn't flywheel towards the chair, but does actually pop in times here. So not actually that bad of a result for them.
Yeah, but PP has to be very careful on where he's kiting because he may bring it to Yuki, who is at the postman at the gate, and Kaidi realized the postman is the one at the gate. So honestly, I feel like Kaidi over there maybe he got a bit confident in the cipher progress, and that came back to haunt him, allowing them to rush the cipher because he could have tried and locate where the prospector is, but I guess he got a bit too scared. As currently, the Kaidi cannot exactly down Yuki's, and he has to be very careful because Yuki is turning towards the dungeon.
That's teleport. This postman is unkillable. He has a teleport. No, it's too late. The gate's open already. Yeah.
Hold on.
No, it's a 3 game. Oh no, Kaidi!
What on earth did I just witness?
He has the trump card, but he doesn't get any value out of the trump card.
The thing is that so anyways, talk about a turn of events because I did not expect that one. So anyways,
and this escape means that Team Hetien is the winner. So congratulations to Team Hetien for that full complete reversal of the situation, taking advantage of the fact that the Guard 26 didn't just throw bombs, because if the Guard 26 just throw bombs, right, even after the rescue, there's nothing Team Hetien can do. The batter doesn't have anything to work with. He gets bombed. He just gets bombed to his death, and then he gets immediately picked up because he doesn't have borrowed time. But a bit of maybe too many things happening at the same time, causing the Guard 26 to go for the hit instead of just bombing, hitting the terror shot. But doesn't matter because Prospector gets up and batter gets away. So and then the postman is unkillable because he's full health.
Yeah. And honestly, I feel like he did not realize that someone may be popping the front gate. I guess he did not want to teleport as he's afraid that no one's there and they all get out through the back gate. But yeah, that ended up costing him because he probably knows that dungeon is over there because first of all, he spent a majority of the game at the bottom broken, so he knows that they're not at the bottom broken.
He knows it. He knows there's no bottom.
And then he passed by the graveyard. There's no dungeon in the graveyard. Where can it be? The back gate.
So a bit unfortunate from the side of ATG, but congrats to Team Hetien for being resourceful and turning the game around.
And honestly, Fanboy Polo in the chat is right. That prospector flywheel definitely was an amazing job. It was first of all, ATG was in a good position because Hetien Survivor played poorly. But I think at the start, but towards the middle of the game, Hetien not locating where the prospector is and allowing them to get scot-free and did fail to commit himself to a target because we saw the same thing with Hetien's Bonbon. He committed himself to a target and to secure the tie, but here he for Kaidi's side he failed to do so, and that resulted in the free escape and the win. So once again, congratulations to Team Hetien. That start was looking not so good, but they completely reversed it, and they completely showed that even though ATG can hold their own, they are still the dominant ones.
Alright, don't go anywhere yet. Although the game has ended, we are now about to start our interview with the winners.
Yeah, and so, actually it's everyone. Yeah.
Oh yeah, with everyone, yeah, okay. We're about to head into the interview, so don't go anywhere, we're about to set that up. Today was very back and forth games. it'll be interesting to see what our players think of their performance today,
Yeah.
especially that last game. Oh my god, my heart.
Yeah, that one was I really thought it would be leaning towards a 3 to 4K, but they completely turned that around. Okay,
Yeah, I
let's
know,
go.
right?
Let's go.
Like after the fastest kill in the world.
Yeah, that was a very, very fast kill. And I'm just laughing on the fact that Team Hertian literally every survivor is called Night Owl. We have Am I Night Owl, No More Night Owl, and Bijan Night Owl.
Zhang, read my name.
OnlyFans Night and here Bunny's name is called OnlyFans Night Owl. So this server is now called Night Owl server. Lol. Yeah.
All right, a poetic
go.
ending to our IMR tournament. Thanks to everyone for tuning in to the tournament, the entirety of the matches. We have now crowned our winner. Let's head over to the interview channel and see what they think.
Yep.
Hey, you already know we gotta get on the fast rides, bro. The fast rides.
Oh, you have to go?
Yeah, something.
What?
We just started.
In English, please.
Hey, Bunny, do you see I Show Speeds in Singapore?
Wait, he is?
Yeah, he's at Sentosa, bro. He's at USS.
Okay, so what did you think of your match today? Like how did the team perform?
We underperformed by a lot.
What do you think was the most memorable moment today?
Most memorable moment, the Yuki postman 3-man escape.
Yes, quite a way to end the tournament.
Yeah, because if Yuki didn't 3-run escape, we had to play a BO5.
Yes, that is true.
Even though we draw this game, we wouldn't have so much pressure in BO5, but it'll be better to end it in 4 BOs.
Yeah.
Since already in BO2 we gave survivors made some mistakes in the Hell Ember game.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Like I actually wanted to ask you this because we actually talked about it when you were commenting yesterday that you know the Kadi has a Hell Ember. So like, can I know like how exactly were you planning in the second round, especially you know that they're playing a Hell Ember?
Yeah, so we know that he's gonna play Hell Ember. So like we pick a team call which is like very fast decoding, all strong kiters.
Mm-hmm.
We pick an Embalmer also as a backup to get to let him self-rescue. So the goal was to we pick strong kiters like Antiquarian, Acrobat, Seer and Embalmer. So we choose to protect the Seer big boat, then letting the Embalmer to go and kite. Because he has the coffin also. So but spawning the Embalmer near the Acrobat and Antiquarian at the same time, he can look at us. Because it'll be easier for him to look at us and use the coffin on us to guarantee the rescue instead of even trying to go for a rescue like you saw I did.
Yeah, that camp.
Yeah, because I was surprised that he even found me in the first place, so I was forced to use my stick. Then I didn't manage to get a combined stick, like the 11 the 10 combination stick.
Oh yeah. I saw you sort of missed one because I only saw like a 4-second.
Yeah, I don't know why the angle is like very weird. Cause I also wasn't. I was shocked that he know my exact location also.
哎呀，菜就多练。
Oh yeah. So let's also talk about that very last match. That very last match of how exactly did you guys plan that one out? Because things were actually looking very bad after the mechanic was gone and you went down. But yet you managed to turn that around into a tie and then subsequently a free escape. So can I know how exactly did you plan it out during that?
So basically, our plan is to make sure that I wouldn't die in a situation because I was confident that I wouldn't die, but I somehow managed to eat 2 bombs out of nowhere. Then I forgot. Then in a moment I forgotten that he has blink still available. So I managed to go down. Once after eating the second bomb, I knew that was then when I realized he got blink. So after he missed the hit, I wanted to bonk him with it, but I just got bombed. So my charge animation was down. I had to like that. Yeah.
Okay, no, I think you had time for it, but you were a bit slow.
Yeah, because I didn't want to miss also. If I miss, I still die.
Yeah.
Then after him carrying me at the middle broken side at Yuki Cypher, we know that our front gate 2 is also a big Cypher, so we asked Yuki to rotate over there. Then Yuki used the postman movement speed letter to gain that extra speed boost to get to the Cypher faster. Then our prospector PP did very well by giving the T-Niters, making sure he was nearby but not exposing himself too early. And we also know that he has a flywheel, but the problem is like he got a time bomb very early also when he was opening the mechanic. So, but we know that he also had the fly, which can guarantee him to get at least get a rescue or like at least get closer to the chair.
Yep. So there was a bit of like a comedic mishap there at the front gates. Could you know what was your
Yes.
what was running through your mind when that happened?
Like so initially our plan was like for the mechanic to come to center to find the batter to support, because you know Red Church batter is strong in a way that when the hunter vote the window at the center, the batter will bong the hunter, forcing the hunter to vote again, which can buy a lot of time, especially if the batter chooses to use the double ball. I use my power far to bong him twice, getting a lot of distance for mechanic. But since the mechanic entered church very early and the cipher spawn location wasn't very good for giving the cipher instead of center in the open air area, so I was forced to go out to decode. Then the mechanic decided to just kite by herself. Then our plan was for the mechanic to run to the prospector to OB first. Then after OBing, the mechanic come to center to find me to OB. But the prospector made a mistake in the magnet, causing the mechanic to go down also. Yeah.
I thought you would be playing Prospector.
Then who play better?
Why you play better? Just pick
No
one
lah,
lah.
because our plan was to take Prospector forward, but Kylie shocked us by banning the forward immediately, you know.
Oh.
哎呀，你这么好不拿，一定要去谈。
Like I wanted a character that can be like a more of a support role, so I picked the better because especially Red Church is better is stronger as a support player because he has spawned at the center and he can bong the hunter at the window, giving our survivors a lot of distance. That's why we also pick a very fast decoding team call. So initially our plan was to pick like forward prospector, anti-courier, and novelist, a 4 OB team call.
Ah.
That's why you saw us banning the Hellhead. Yeah, but we decided to change like our team com to like at least have a fast decoding. So like if anything goes wrong, we have like a way to escape the situation by having fast decoding.
You're lucky he doesn't know how to play Anne. As in, like if you picked Anne, I think you guys are.
No lah, we
They're
are okay,
prospector.
especially against Anne.
They're prospector.
We have prospector, we have forward. We're not very afraid of N also. If it's an N, we know how to get our distance also. Then we go like the better at center. Or like if we choose to pick the anti-courier novelist, the prospector will be at center. Whoever's kiting will just go find the prospector to help also. It's basically like that.
Ah. Oh, okay. Wait. Let's see. Is Hetian here? No, he's not. Oh, he is.
Yes.
Okay, so the other one I want to ask is about that opera singer match in the second round, because it was in the format endgame, but yet you managed to turn that around in a free kill. So obviously I talked about the few mistakes that the survivors made, but what exactly was in your mind, and how exactly did you plan to play it out once you realized that it would likely be a format endgame there?
Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Sorry.
Hello, can you hear me?
What do you say?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm so nervous right now because, like, this is my first time talking to people. My plan was like, just aiming for a tie because, I already see the cycle and I already swapped to teleport and I realized, then just like, heal the cycle first and then I through the gate and kill someone.
Just wanted to play for a tie, but then you saw that there was more chances.
Then the survivor give chance.
Yeah.
So I can like re-elimination.
oh yeah, and I can see that we actually see some very interesting team comp from you guys. So I think you you guys definitely made a lot of preparation with the team comps, didn't you?
Yes. We train day and night for the finals.
Definitely not.
we train every day by playing copycat.
Copycat is the best way to train for competitive scene, huh?
Yes, we train our communication and detective skills.
All right then. Okay. I'll ask the obvious question. Is that you guys just won and it's the champions of Manor Regulars Chapter 5. So how does it feel?
I would say we are very proud to manage to win IMR again.
Mm-hmm.
Especially that me and Yuki participated in the last IMR. We were the runner-up. We didn't manage to secure the win.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that after changing members, we managed to perform better and managed to take down champions, especially with He Tian guaranteeing the 4K every first BO, allowing us survivors to be less pressure also.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Bunny, do you have anything else you want to ask them?
Not really. Just congratulations to Team He Tian. And,
Yep, congrats.
We hope to see all of you guys next tournament. Thanks for everyone for joining us today, and not only today but all of the tournament. Thank you for your support. Thank you for giving making IMR what it is today, and we hope to see you in the future. Thank you, everybody.
Yep. Once again to everyone in the stream, this wraps up the end of Manor Regulars Chapter 5. And thank you all for just your support and the players from joining the staff. I'll issue a message shortly. But thank you very much and for tuning in and just enjoying. And yes, and make sure to stay tuned because there will be Chapter 6. And I'm going to announce this right here. Like, should I get this many teams next time, I'll up the prize pool just to have more participation, as I've enjoyed hosting all along the way. So thank you very much, and I'll see you at Chapter 6. And once again, congratulations to the winners for Team He Tian, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
All right, 3,
Bye.
2, 1, 2,